Hey y'all, hey.
Be careful how you treat me. You ain't gonna meet a me every day. Anybody who had me and lost me regrets me to this day because they can't find another me. I am not run of the mill. You ain't gonna just get this close to a me. You ought to be glad you sitting next to me, that you even got my phone number. Do you know how many people I blocked, I unfollowed, that I ghosted, and I still let you close? I'm not the bigger person. Leave me alone. I go too far. When somebody does me wrong, I'll catch a case. Beyond the first 48, I know I'm petty, but I can't walk away. Oh, you be safe if you don't play in my face. Don't wanna end up on the first 48, first 48.
Hey guys, hey. Please like this video on your way in or out the door. Whew, it was a day. It was a day for me. A little bit late. What's up, Hypnotic Touch, Kalia Boo? Oh my god, that bag you sent me, a lifesaver. So much headache free doing I was here now. How have you guys' day been going? I don't know if you guys have been following. Summer Breeze, what's up, boo? I don't know if you guys have been following what's been going on in the B sector, but it's a lot. It was up and down all around from what you call it, YouTube. The beef with everybody's hating YouTube cameras right now. What up, Berber? To there go there
Hey,
go the
what's up?
heat guys. What up, Heaty?
What's up? What you up to?
Ain't nothing. What's up, Mo Better Boo? Have you been able to pay attention?
To what? Because you know I don't watch Lemon, so you have to tell me what's going on over there.
It's a lot going on with Lemon and his Lemonette as usual. It's a lot going on with YouTube cameras. You
Mm.
know, I see they trying to strike Dimple's page now because they can't handle their life. A poem they
Why?
wrote about their life.
Why did they strike Dimple's channel? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
they
Like,
tried to strike my page too, but they thought they were celebrating. But as you can see, I ain't miss a day going live yet. Ain't doing shit. She got her flying monkeys flagging pages, following people on panel. She's hurt, but them numbers ain't helping her feel better. What's up, CEO boss lady?
I mean, that was a huge defeat. That was a huge blow to that took the wind. That literally took the wind out of Ness when that whole thing happened. But what did Dimples have on her platform? Like, what did she have
Nothing.
on her?
She read the poem. The
She did
poem
what?
that she read the poem that she wrote. Same thing I did. I just read the poem that she wrote, and I gave her the credit.
So they struck an old live. They didn't. That was not a
No, it
new
wasn't an
live.
old lie. They wrote for Jay Dunn told them how to do a false flag, and I should flag Jay Dummy off of GP for that because you got my content on your fucking page. You didn't ask my permission. You give me no motherfucking cash app, bitch. But it ain't that serious to me. But Jay Dummy, because she was looking stupid, that's not copyright. You can easily fight that shit. So fly, what up, boo?
Yeah. Hopefully she appeals that. Hopefully she appeals it. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope she appeals it as well. Sabrina, what you mean my thumbnail? That's my when I had her make the song for me, I told him I wanted to include some pictures. So that picture was from when I was hanging out with my girls. I think we was in Queens that night. We had did like a staycation at this hotel in Queens, and we was just around the city. I had did my that was the first time I did some box braids, but what up
Right.
my stuff. But then
So, what do you think about like Reed? Reed did. I mean, I know y'all. I don't know why y'all getting. I don't even know why y'all got into it or whatever. Like that. That's still. That's not making any sense to me. But what do you think about like what Reed has just been dragging YouTube cameras? And I'm like, why? What is going
so
on here?
she okay, Sabrina, I helped you out. You're not gonna hear me loud no more. But Reed is a flying monkey finesse. That's how we got into it. She's being passive. She was being passive aggressive with me, trying to. I didn't get into it. I haven't watched her since I've been to her live that day. I didn't unsubscribe or nothing. But I think that Reed has always been a follow the leader, let me jump on the bandwagon type of person. And that's what I basically was seeing in my life, even though she's trying to reinvent herself now, and I get that. But I really wish she reinvent her attitude because it's crazy to me how she got all this smoke for YouTube cameras, but when people had smoke with her, she ran. She always run when people had smoke with her. So why does she dog piles? I'll never know.
So you think that Reed is dealing with? You think Reed's going after YouTube cameras because she is a weak link to her?
Yeah, yeah. She think YouTube cameras is easy. She think YouTube cameras is easy because she know YouTube camera ain't gonna really do all of that. You know what I'm saying? She might cut you out her panel, but she ain't about to get on the panel and really argue with you. So you know what I'm saying? And read that
Well,
she does. Yeah.
there was some validity to some of the stuff that Reed was saying when she was talking about YouTube
Well,
cameras.
what did she
And
say? I didn't see it. Tell me. I didn't see it.
okay, so she was basically saying that YouTube cameras basically was insecure about. She said that YouTube cameras was insecure about Cole because Cole basically brought the Cole made her look in the mirror basically because she made her realize that she wasn't really bringing shit to the table when it came to her platform. She doesn't really bring nothing to the table. When you go to YouTube Camera's channel, you know, you hear her, all she talks about is lemon. That's her content. Nobody wants to really hear about that shit every day. Also, and if she's not talking about lemon, she's just reading the chat, and that's not content. Also, you know what I'm saying? So, and then she said that Cole, when Cole came around, she really wanted to come at, Pizarro and Jay Dunn for supporting lemon. I mean, not for supporting Lemon, I'm sorry, but for supporting Code. But she, in turn, actually went after R&Y instead. That's what reads. I mean, because that was easier. Because she can't go against Jay Dunn. She can't go up against Pizarro. She's passive aggressive. So that's something that I mean, I thought there was validity to that because I'm like, why was she giving Code? Because I don't even know Code or anything like that. So I mean, I really don't care. But I'm just saying, why you giving Code all that energy, calling him bi-curious, bisexual, all this other stuff, but you don't ever you want to make excuses for Lemon and his little sexuality. So it's just anybody who you feel like is competition, you want to like come for. And you just been coming at him because he's been draining your show. But the reality is that people are always going to go to whoever's the most honest, whoever's the most transparent, and whoever they can relate to, gravitate to, who's bringing something different to the table. I don't eat Cole ain't even beef sector, but guess what? And neither is YouTube cameras, but he's bringing more of a variety to his show than she is. We don't want to hear about fucking lemon all day, every day. That should not be your only content. You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody in the chat tells you something otherwise. So I do think that, how do you feel about that?
Well, welcome, Miss Kev Secret up,
Oh, what's
boo.
up, Miss Kelsey?
I turned her. They were saying you're a little low, heaty. I turned you up. Well, I think about that. Yeah, there's a point there. I did tell YouTube cameras like she does need to express her opinion more. I do feel like playing it safe as far as like your opinion is not, well, for me that's not a good thing. So if you're live while somebody's live and they're going to be sitting there spitting it, they're not going to be holding nothing back. Of course I'm going to go there, but if I support you, I'll go watch your replay. You see what I'm saying? That's how it,
Mm,
that's because that's just the nature of this sector. We want the beef, we want the mess, we want the excitement. You see what I'm saying? Now
mm.
I get it be early in the morning, so it ain't too well, until she dropped the link. People, they're gonna find a reason to beef. But yeah, I can see that point. But the same thing that really saying about her can be said about her. So that's my thing. I don't have an issue because, like I said, that's how it goes in the beef sector. Everybody grown. Shit, nobody hold my hand when I'm fighting. You see what I'm saying? So I get.
Right.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Hold
can
on.
hear you.
I hit
Oh,
the
wait, wait,
button
wait.
by accident.
You're
Okay,
you're
so
breaking up.
yeah, so when it comes to that,
Yeah, you're good now. You're good.
am I better now? Okay, thank you. We love you too. So what I'm saying, oh yeah, so in that aspect, yeah, I get it. But the same token, like, see me, just me personally, like I said, it's not about me holding nobody here. I just think it's weak because everybody that's saying something to YouTube, like look at Olivia ugly ass. She would never have that smoke for like Roman or Brianna, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Or pizza, none of them like that. So they all do it. So I feel like none of them are in the business. I feel like the only people that should be able to make those type of lives are the people that's about that life. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, but then if that's the case, and if playing it safe is what YouTube cameras chooses to do, then she can't feel no type of way when her numbers dwindle when somebody else brings something better to the table. Because she was feeling some type of way about Cole, and she did not, and she probably, I know she felt some type of way with Jay Dunn and Pizarro being on his panel all the time, or even so Pizarro sharing him out. But Reed was basically saying she doesn't have the guts to say anything to them, so she basically came at RNY because RNY is just a measly no disrespect to RNY because I like RNY, but she's just a measly subscriber to YouTube cameras.
Mhm. Yeah, I think she said the problem with you, RNY is that she said that apparently RNY be in her inbox sending information, but when it came to things about her, she skipped that part. And RNY was like, basically, I didn't send it to you because I know you saw it yourself. So yeah, that was kind of weird. Unless they would have some type of friendship I didn't know about, I don't really
Right.
know. Yeah, but
A- And
yeah.
um and Jay and I think and Jay Dunn did a live the other day, and she basically kind of tied some knots or whatever. She tied some knots when I was listening to her commentary, and she was like, I was wondering where Ness was at. And then she said, she was basically saying like Ness has became the replay queen. She played three. Somebody, I think it was you or Jay Dunn. One of y'all mentioned she. No, I think it was Jay Dunn. One of y'all mentioned
It
that
had to be. I didn't watch Nest. Go ahead.
who did? I watched Jay Dunn. I don't watch Ness, but she played three lives from other channels in one of her lives. So she's getting lazy with her content now, and now her content sucks. I really think, like I said, when that channel went down, it literally took the steam out of her, that took the energy out of her. She ain't bringing shit no more, and it's like now Ness was one. She was
And
once
she
they was
burned a
once
lot of
calling
bridges.
her
Let's be
the queen of
honest.
the. They was once calling her the queen of the beef sector, but now she's the queen of replays. What was you gonna say?
And not even that, because who else does replays and probably better than her? But that is the point. But you know what? She ain't getting tired of her being on my motherfucking community wall. Because I don't know if you saw my community wall post, and I said this is why they hating on YouTube cameras, and I showed how many views Ness had. She had the live had been over for hours, and then I showed YouTube cameras. And what was that? CC, my girl CC, she made a good point because remember I used to point that out about Lemon. Of course he's gonna get the views because he stay up all night, and you know what I'm saying. Like those hours, or you guaranteed to get some type of views. But at the end of the day, if you such a good, smart, talented content creator, and you only did like an hour and some change, then your replay value should be golden, shouldn't it? But if now I see why nobody watching her shit. She replaying shit everybody already saw in the main live.
Yeah, and that's why I said this is why I'm not I don't deal with no Umar people because I feel like they brought their dead energy over to this platform, over to this sector, and I think now the sector is dead due to the Umar people. I really do feel like that because their energy is just terrible. When nobody goes to when you know that the energy is terrible when they came from a dead sector. So they brought that dead energy over here and now all of a sudden no, the lives aren't. They're not popping no more. Nobody's really watching any of these people. There's like look at Pizarro had a measly 200 in her chat today. I mean, nobody's watching. YouTube cameras. Her numbers was dwindling. And now that Code's gone, her numbers went back up and things like that or whatever. But obviously, that would be considered a panel show if you really want to get technical and so that whole thing goes on and it's like I really do feel like that them playing other people's content, that's something that they came over here doing. And I always thought that shit was lame. And I was like, man, y'all not bringing shit to the table. I told Ness, these people aren't bringing shit to the table. I told her stupid ass. These no, and I told a lot of people they're not bringing nothing to the table because playing other people's lives is not that's not content and that's not innovative, that's not original, that's just sucks. And that means you ain't got shit to say. You just here to just, if you don't have a panel, then you're playing somebody else's content. And to me that means that you suck. So and then also we go to who else? So that brings like the connection there because it's like these guys aren't bring I mean they're not bringing shit to the table and then you notice that nothing like even now their numbers are not really hitting, they're not really doing anything,
Right.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I know you like old boy and stuff like that or whatever, but he sucks
Cool.
because I'm like he plays
Oh.
other people's content. Now we have content creators in the beef sector doing replay lives and shit. There was a time when they that never even happened. People didn't play other people's lives, they actually had things to say. But when you bring low life losers from dead sectors over to this sector, you start to do what they were doing. You start to
Well, yeah, but
Jay Tonya.
Edie, well, I'm not gonna disagree with everything you're saying, but I okay. Let me say this: did you see the Ray Triggs? El Blue, my New York City sis was good, boo. Did you see the guy Triggs in the whole the clump situation?
When he went when he went back and forth with Malik.
Yeah, and how they met up on that when Malik when they hungry belly ass met up with him for a date.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that.
Now you gotta admit they was feeding the fucking sector that time. Like that shit was gold.
Well,
Like
when so I mean it's I did enjoy
I know
that
you
whole
had to
thing, but
enjoy that.
the whole thing was you know if we gotta meet up, I mean, go. If you gotta step off the YouTube platform to provide entertainment, so be it. But I'm talking about what are you bringing 20 when you on here every single day? You're not
Oh
bringing
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Those guys, they're
You
not
know what I'm
really.
saying?
Yeah, those guys, they're really not trying to be in the beef sector.
And
But I
now,
do. But I do
n-
want to hear your opinion on that date, and
oh,
I just have
I
to
mean,
know.
Brooke and like I said, I feel like Malik gives me the vibes that he is the type of man. We already then came to the conclusion. Hell, Neston already said it. Malik is gay. Malik is on the down low. And you know what? I'll give you that stab in the dark in a minute. But I think that Malik is the type of dude that will. He gets off on Brooke fucking somebody else like that. What is that word?
Cuckold. He said he's
Cuckold,
a cuckold of some shit he was
whatever.
saying.
Yeah, I don't even know that word, but
Yeah.
whatever that term is for a man who gets off on other men fucking their wives, that's what Malik is. Malik gives me
Right.
that energy.
Yeah.
Malik, and then you know what? I really and then that date. or I mean, that little get together that they went on, it was just low budget all around. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was
Yeah.
like, y'all from Baltimore to what they were in Baltimore and they drove to where they drive?
To
Uh,
Washington D.C.
oh yes. So that's almost an hour drive. Almost, but it was like a
Yeah,
45
45
minutes,
minutes.
50 minute drive. So Baltimore to DC to go to Fridays, the TGIF Fridays. Now, who the fuck does that? That is like a cheap fucking place to go
And
to. That's
she
like
dressed
going to
up. And she
Wendy's.
had the nerve to dress up. And it's a
Right.
holiday. They
Exactly.
was hungry. They was hungry. And I think, to me, I told you, I felt like they did that because he was seeing how far they would go for free food. And he didn't even let them get the chance to enjoy that shit. I feel like they did that on purpose to play in their face. Like he was trolling real hard, in my opinion. And then he
Oh,
asked him how he pleasured his wife and all that type of shit. Like he made him look like a bitch. We already knew he was a bitch, but like he confirmed it. That man is like 50 pounds soaking wet.
he was trying, Malik. And it's like,
Yeah.
how many dudes are you gonna let try you, bro? Like, and you always talking about how you gonna meet up with somebody, how you gonna fight somebody and stuff like that. And then when
Right.
somebody tries you to your face, like you just let it slide and stuff. Like, I don't respect Malik. And then he's talking about how much of a CEO. He said he was a CEO and shit like that, but y'all driving damn near an hour to go to Fridays. Like the most expensive thing on the menu at Fridays is what, $40, $30 or something like that. Like I
Wow.
mean, you might as well go to Wendy's. I don't understand. Like
Right. Like I told them, they should have stood in their own city and went to Applebee's. They was letting kids eat free for the 4th of July.
Fridays is like Fridays is like the fast food restaurant of restaurants. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
it's just like, what the fuck? It's just broke all around. You know, I'm getting tired of these people that's talking about what they do for a living and how much they have. And then when you see them go on vacations, these motherfuckers don't even have luggage. And they're over here talking about what they do and they was in I was like, man, just shut the fuck up. Cause I could pull up the clips where you know what I'm saying? So
He
I
the one that had to make them actually go out for their birthday. They was all just having birthday parties on the YouTube. I'm like, I hate these bitches that over here always flexing about their cash out, how much their YouTube check is. But every time, like any other sector you go in there, it's summertime, it's their birthday. You see them outside. You see, look where we at. They give you a little hotel view. They give you a little peek of view. They're not saying they got to block the whole time. Sometimes they'll block and do uploads later, but they'll give like a little sneak peek here with me and my girls or me and my man or whatever they got going on. We're going here. You know what I'm saying? But this sector is nothing. I'm talking about these 2.0 people. They be broke as fuck. They don't go nowhere. And when I started popping that shit, that's when the computer back tried to go out. But anyway. But at least she
exactly.
tried. At least she tried.
But 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 it just be a lot of, and one thing you're gonna notice, uppity, because I know you deal with talent and shit like that. But one thing you're gonna notice about talent is no different than ghetto intellect. He's another ghetto intellect. They
You think
both,
so? What makes you say?
yes. Talent does not have. He ain't got it. He's another, like, remember how Sassy was trying to make people think that she had money and
Oh
she kept
yeah,
and then
that was a
after,
fail. She hasn't
right,
recovered since.
and then after that cheap ass dinner, she kept telling us, she told us about 20 times that she paid $300. Now,
That day, and that's not considering. I think we lost count how much he said it after the fact.
now
Before,
maybe in the bumpkin south, $300 is a lot. But some of us spend that every day I mean, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm sorry,
or
guys.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you bragging about $300? So I knew she was broke when she kept on reminding us
Right,
that it was
me
a three
too,
hundred
me
dollar
too.
when it was
Mm-hmm.
a $300 meal. And then Talent took a
I
whole
spent
bunch
two
of
fifty on my daughter's 316 nails, but go ahead.
he took a whole bunch of people to a speakeasy and shit like that. And this is another thing.
Oh
Talent
yeah, but
tried,
I got
but
on
I
him for
want you to
that.
pay
I got
attention to
on him for that.
something.
But go
I
ahead.
want you to pay attention to something. After that Miami trip that we went on, If you
Right.
remember, Talent was trying to shit on the Miami trip that we went on. When we went to Miami and we went to that, the W and all this other stuff. And I
Right.
said to myself,
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
you got vindicated. Did you see that?
no, what?
Remember, he was trying to say that you wasn't a 5-star hotel. So for some reason, I don't know what brought you to Kevin to do it, but she insisted on looking it up. She said, "No, I want this to be correct because I think you had dropped down and Tyler was still talking his shit." So she looked it up, and then I think she did a genuine one, and they said some of them are not considered 5-star hotel. So then she was like, okay. Let me look up the one in Miami. So she looked it up, and she was like, "Oh well, that one actually is 5-star." And he was like, "Well," and then he started naming some
If
other
he
type of hotel.
but see, he's so stupid. And that's what I'm saying or whatever. You should already know that. See, if you up on your game and shit like that or whatever, and you actually have money, you know the 5-star hotels in all of the major cities. Because anytime I travel, which I've been traveling since since I was able to walk, I've had a passport before forever, practically forever. I've had a passport. This is not a plane ride is not something new to me, bitch. So that's the whole thing. When you got low budget people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're trying to prove something that they're actually not, they're the ones who's gonna say, "Oh, well, that's not oh, it's that's not a 5-star hotel." And I remember even ODS, he was trying when we was in Miami, he was like, "Oh, the pictures were so beautiful of the scenery and shit because we were on the ocean. We literally were on the ocean. They were so beautiful." ODS said, "Oh, that's a catalog. That's not where they're staying." Then we showed him. Then they doxed the hotel, and they found out that's where we were actually staying. We were staying in the hotel, and I'm like, Talent took people to a
Yeah, y'all had a
speakeasy.
beautiful view. Anybody say I didn't is lying. That was a beautiful ass room.
It was
That
a
really was.
huge hotel and
It was
huge,
big too.
and we didn't need an iron because we had a stove, oven, refrigerator, what's it called, garbage disposal. We had everything. We had everything. We had a living room. We had two rooms in that hotel. So it's like, bitch, what are
It
you
looked
talking
better than
about?
that one that she went on with the millionaire. That shit
Oh
looking like
yeah,
way better.
of course, because there was no millionaire. They were broke, and it was low budget. But the whole thing was that speakeasy, that little like $500, $600 he was bragging about. That wouldn't even have covered one night at the W. That wouldn't even have covered one night. So I was like, dude, stop fucking with me, Talent, because you work in HR. You are a fucking employee. You don't have your own business. Stay in your fucking lane because you're broke. You and your beard, Sassy, is broke. And I said Sassy is his beard because I was gonna bring up clips when I had my channel before I deleted my channel. I had clips of when Talent has been flirting with Lemon since the Sir King days. I have clips of Talent like sending Sir King like $100, $90, $50, and he would say and save a little money and give a little money to Lemon. That's how he would talk. He's a
Wow.
fag. He's an undercover fag. And then when you confront him about his zestiness, he's zesty. Then when you confront him about his zestiness, he feels some type of way, and he tries to deflect and say, "Oh, well, you know, you go going against the gay community." First of all, I am the gay community. It's not about the gay community. It's about DL people, and you're on the DL, Talent. So that's what I have a problem with. I got a problem with DL men. I got a problem with men who dip their dicks in shit and then want to go and be with a woman and shit like that or whatever, and fuck up her shit, fuck up her pH balance and stuff like that or
Right.
whatever. I'm not cool with that. The DL shit is I'm not cool with. That ain't
Yeah, I
got
don't like
shit to
that
do.
either.
If you
Give me
wanted
the
to come out
tip.
the closet, yeah, if he wanted to come out the closet, that's perfectly fine. But he knew that's why he never even thought about, oh, well, let me come to Miami to meet up with Ness and he, because he couldn't play he couldn't play them broke games that he's playing with these broke motherfuckers. He can't play them stupid games because them broke people over there and like Ness and Lemon, they think Talent got money, but I know people. I already know like what real money is, and I would have upstaged him every time he thought he was gonna spend something. I would have tripled it. So it was like, why are we even playing these fucking games? You ain't got it like that. and you
Well,
you want to play with the brokies. That's why you keep wanting to meet up with the
Well,
brokies
I
because
do
you
agree
want
with
to.
that part. I do agree
Yeah,
with that. Like he wanted to meet with people he know never been nowhere, life never had shit, and they're easily impressed. But
because
I
I
do
would
have a
upstage
way.
him.
I
I
do
would
think.
kill that. I would
Well, hold on.
upstage
I
him.
believe. Let me tell you. I think I have a way you and Talon can settle this. Y'all can either have a Cash App wars in my Cash App, or y'all can see who could buy uppity the most expensive gifts on Amazon. You're allowed to add a gift. Just putting that out there in case you guys ever want to settle it.
I mean, if I had actually, if I still had my Cash App, I wouldn't have mind. When you had your wish list and all. I mean, not even wish list because I don't even do that anymore. It's like anytime I was giving to people, it was like they were not grateful for the stuff that I was doing, and that just really like made me like I don't even want to give to anybody. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
you don't say because Tanner feels like you don't really got money because y'all say the same thing about each other. He's like uppity. I know you like Haiti, but she's a fraud. Telling you she's a fraud
Oh,
uppity. And he
okay.
say, but she said yep. So, but Talon has literally said that. Talon said that he comes over here and he likes to look down over here with his rich buddies and laugh at us. That's what he always says.
He's not even rich himself. How the fuck is he looking down his rich buddies? And like I said, that speakeasy, he was bragging about $500 on a speakeasy, $500, $600 at a speakeasy. That's not a one night at the W. So who the fuck has money and who doesn't? Then he got on Nessa's panel that day. I mean, when we came back from Miami, he got on Nessa's panel and said, "Well, you guys should have stayed at the Satai or Satai, whatever you pronounce that shit." And I was like, "Well, actually, where we were at was more than that. I mean, the Satai was only $700 a night, first of all, or whatever, and I paid like $900 a night every. I mean, that was a
That's
night,
how I
and that
used
was
to
for
do
four
it prior
nights.
to my kids.
That was for 4 nights. I paid for 4 nights. You know what
I
I'm
never
saying?
paid off.
So what are we talking about? Like, what are you talking about? And that's why I said he knows who to play them broke games with. Anytime you see him send a super chat, it's like 15. He gives the women, and this is why I say he's DL. He gives the women $15, $50. On a good day, it's $50. But when it's men, he hits them with hundreds and 50s and 75s and anything they ask, they want. I know a DL man when I see one, and he gets mad about that. But I've been calling him DL since I first got here because I see what he does and shit. And he's always in the and I'm like, when I went to YouTube Cameras channel, I went to YouTube Cameras and he was like saying stuff like disrespecting me, like to try to get me on the panel. And then when I got on the panel, he was like, "Oh, you took the bait." And I was like, "Why will you
Yeah, he
call
likes doing
yourself
stuff like that. He does.
you call yourself straight, but you always on panels gossiping like a bitch. I don't understand that. That's not what straight men do. First of all, straight men don't have time to be gossiping. They out chasing a bitch. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to gossip with girls, sitting on panels with girls. See, that's what y'all fruity dudes do around here. These wannabe straight men. That's what you, Malik, all the DL men, ghetto, y'all want to hang out over at Lemon's channel and shit like that. That's what the fruity dudes do. No, I don't know no straight dudes that want to sit on panels and talk to women all day and gossip. That's not a male sport. That's a female sport. So what was you gonna say?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say my only issue with Tyler that day. Remember, I told you, Lemon told me he was bisexual. This was like before he started his channel, and then he was literally flirting with Talent, but Talent wasn't flirting back though, because he was basically making it seem like Sassy came in between something they could have had. And
Bro,
then I'm
when I
like, but Talent want to act like that day never happened, and I'm like, why would I lie about that? There's no reason, but for some reason, Talent want to act like he forgot. But he did say they supposed to be doing. He's going to their meetup in Seattle, and he told me he's not going to be doing fish eggs this time. So I don't know where he's going to take them. But I got on time about that. I'm like, they was hungry as fuck after they left you. They was out there looking bad.
Right. And that's the whole thing or whatever. Like people can say whatever they want, but there's no way that I would have taken anybody. And first of all, taking somebody to dinner is not a flex. Whether it's a five-star restaurant or a speakeasy, any of that old people shit that he took. I mean, he took millennials to a speakeasy. I mean, let's start there. That's not impressive to us. That's like what old people do. You know what I'm saying? To me. So it's like, you know, that will never be a flex because that could be you're spending your tiny little paycheck. You're spending like a third of your tiny paycheck on these little like a five-star restaurant. What is it? What will it be? How much will it be? It's not going to be that much money to take people out to eat. That's not a flex. That's why I would tell Ness, like, you don't have to post your Door Dashes and shit like that or whatever. She needed to do that because she's not used to that. She
I know,
wasn't used to the stuff that, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, you don't have to do that because food is never a flex. It was never to like, oh, let me show y'all what I'm. No, it was like, bitch, you hungry, so I'm gonna make sure you have something to eat and stuff like that. You know. Also, what was I gonna say? Brooke. Oh, and then somebody said recently that Brooke lied about sleeping with Dana back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she did sleep with him. Triggs brought that out too, because and it wasn't even denied. And you know, Malik is bragging about supposedly because the guy that she used to sleep with, Dana, and she has a type: fat, black, broken, ugly. That's her type. But you could. I hate when bitches call themselves pretty. If you know you look good, you should be able to pull. You should be able to pull a nigga with at least a jaw. Anytime you dating niggas that look like Dana and Malik, they pockets should be laced. Other than that, you know you ugly, and this is the best you could do, bitch. But anyway, um,
That's what I'm
she
wondering. I'm like, does Brooke have like an odor or something like that? Because I'm like, why are
she
you
do look
dealing
like
with
she
these?
stink because
Why?
she's not. She's on back page. She's fat, bad body. She's not attractive. She look like Quagmire.
But to be perfectly honest and to be very honest, Brooke can do better than a goddamn Dana and a goddamn Malik. She
So
could
why
do better
hasn't
than
she?
that.
So why hasn't she?
That's what I'm saying. Does she stink? Does
Because
she
she
have an odor?
can.
Does she
Because
smell
she
like
can.
garlic or something? Huh?
She just can't do better because she's not attractive, and she's not smart, has no personality, and I'm pretty sure she stinks because we see her on a cooking show dig a dirty white bra out the hamper and put it on, and she had all those dirty clothes in the kitchen while she was in the cooking competition. What up, Miss Darlings? What up, Boo? But
And
that's
and
and then she's
and
hungry belly and she don't got no shame. It's no like. Could you imagine a man that you don't even know offline? Heedy, this is. I don't know if you know the setup of this. They was on YouTube cameras, right? And
mhm.
I don't know if that was the same day with you there or not, but anyway, they was on YouTube cameras, and this guy came in because I had to watch the replay. I came in late, so they was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, I want to meet up because they were talking about something. He's like, I would meet up with Malik just to show positivity, and plus, I want to talk to him about the way his wife carried herself online. As a man, why do you allow that? I got things I want to know, like the fake baby. Oh yeah, because room shaker, her manly ugly ass got on the link, always trying to be seen and noticed. She got, and every time there's a nigga around, these bitches, it's some of them. That's why the Uma boys will always survive over here because some of these bitches, you could tell niggas don't even look their way in real life, so they take full advantage when these guys come on the panel, no matter how they look or what the fuck they got going on. They'll build any bum up. So anyway, she gets on the link all hostile to the nigga, interrupting the tea and shit. So, because he was talking to Talon. So, Talon was trying to ask him the messy question. So, Talon, because he was like, yeah, because I was like, why? When Room Shaker came up there and she was asking him the question, he was like, why did you fake a baby? That was his response to Room Shaker. I fell the fuck out. And then as I'm laughing about that, so Talon was like, well, speaking of fake babies. Do you know about the Brooke situation? He was like, oh yeah. I wanna address Malik about that as well. I want to address Malik about that. And then I told Talent, I was like, Talent, ask him about the pill situation. So Talent asked him the pill. So when he was like, so what about the pill? YouTube camera was like, oh no, oh no. I'm like, YouTube camera, stop it. This is what we talk about. Let the mess flow. Let it go. This ain't got shit to do with you. They put it on you. How Juicy said, if it's on YouTube, we gonna talk about it. So we gonna talk about it, right? So YouTube camera was hating on my that question. There was a little hate there, so they was like, no, no, no. But he was like, but Malik, but people kill me. They was putting it all on this guy. Yeah, I think it's kind of weird, but I think it's even weirder. Could you imagine somebody coming up to you, Heedy, and be like, you know what, Heedy? Some like, let's say another stud come up to you like, you know what, Heedy? I don't like the way you've been conducting yourself online. I would like to take you on. I'm gonna treat you out, you, and we're gonna have a discussion. What would be your response?
If they want, I'm sorry, repeat that.
Another stud like yeah. Like
Yeah.
you, it's not somebody you would date because y'all. If anything, y'all looking out. Y'all both want the same thing. So she just see you online, and one day she hit the link. You don't even know her, and she be like, you know what? I want to take you out for
Oh no.
for the Fridays because I want to talk to you how you've been conducting yourself online and how your girlfriend been conducting herself. I don't like that, but I want to
I
meet you face
would
to face. Go ahead.
I
What
would
would
have
you
just
say?
I would have declined. I would have just said no. I don't know you. I would have said no, I don't know you.
Right. That's all you had to. But this hungry belly bitch, he comes and then he bringing Brooke because he can't afford to buy her a meal, so they both might as well eat. So they both abandoned their kid on the 4th of July to go meet with a stranger after he told them what he wanted to talk about. He wanted to talk about how Malik conducted himself as a man and how he allowed Brooke to be conducting herself as a so-called wife online. He said it straight up, so there was no surprise there. So it's like
Right.
and then when they got there, it's like, let me see how far they gonna go for a free lunch at fucking Fridays. Most of them restaurants are shutting down because they can't even, what I'm saying, they can't even sustain. Nobody's going there.
Right.
And then when they was going there, they was acting like, because we all seen like every time he get punked, like he was scared to meet up with glitter boots. Everybody that wanted, we seen Build and Reader. You know what I'm saying? They never show up for nothing. So they want to somehow try to turn that free dinner, that free date into them somehow being thugs. Yeah, because we pull up anyway. We don't give like, they was talking like about, they was like trying to include me in it, which was weird. She's like, I mean, you would never, you got that right. I would never, silly ass bitch. So
Oh,
yeah,
also I wanted to say that um if you want to go like there's like an if you want to look up like the celebrities that go to like the W, then we can talk, and that's for the people that the person who I mean the idiots, the broke people who had to look up the fucking hotel to know that it was a 5 star. Because first of all, I don't stay in anything less than a 5 star. If I gotta rough it, I will do a 4 star, but I don't stay anything anywhere I go. And even in New York, I have a hotel that I literally go to every time I'm in New York. I talked to Trisha about that or whatever. And it's like that's what I do. It had nothing to do
but
with
you
any
wouldn't
of this
know.
internet shit. I have OCD. I can't just be in just anything. I can't do that. I can't be in no roach motel like a lot of you bitches go out of town and
Like the
y'all,
one Tulsa that nigga in the wig got caught in.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying? But yeah, look up the celebrities. And also there's a Mr. and there's I
I
mean,
know
we don't
about
have to
the
go there.
W Hotel, but it's not considered 5 star in New York City. I was surprised to find that out. But yeah, it's not considered 5 star
No,
in New York City. But yeah, I know about the W
I
Hotel.
don't
I see it. Yeah, I never been there, but I seen it.
yeah. I don't know. Is there a
Yeah, there's a W
Oh yeah,
in
there
New
is
York.
in Union Square. I forgot. Yeah, there's one in Union Square. Okay, because I usually stay in like Lower Manhattan and stuff, and there's like
Mhm.
only a select few, of 5 stars like in the area that I like, the area that
Yeah,
I
well,
stay at,
yeah,
or
New
whatever.
York City. There's like you'll know like the hotels because they're not even really like advertised. They're in the cut. They're not even as big as you would think the hotels would be and stuff like that.
Yeah. And they're nice. Like some of my favorite hotels are actually in New York. Not even in like nothing like Miami or anything like that. Like New York has like some of my favorite hotels, but I will not say because that will be something else somebody copies off of. Because remember, Ness copied off of me and Benz's idea for the Vegas trip,
Right.
and it flopped. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So we can't just give away ideas because we know that these people can't think for themselves.
Well,
They can't
I
come up
already
with
have that issue
ideas.
over there. They've never let me. I don't even talk about nothing no more. And I got a whole bunch, but fuck these hoes because then they want to take it over. It's not one. It's one thing if you use it, but then to act like you came up with that shit annoys the hell out of me. It's like a pet peeve of mine. So since y'all want
Now,
me stealing my ideas, I'm not gonna give you nothing to steal anymore. And guess what? Nobody's been coming up with shit lately, have you? Okay.
now with Dana, I really feel like get don't get me wrong. I really do feel like Brooke is like the best looking woman that Dana has ever had. You got to look at Dana, and then you look at Brooke, and whatever. And I feel like I really do
I
feel
see the
like,
same level, but
and but I think he's sticking around for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying, I'm still hanging on
She
to
probably still
see.
fucking him. She was on back page, and that's what Triggs was saying. Malik, I didn't. This is what I'm trying to say. It had nothing. Like I don't give a fuck. She was already on back page. I do feel like he's a cuckold, but he was bragging about he's gangster, right? And he was making it seem like he had Triggs pressed in Atlanta. Come to find out, that was Dana, and it was no people. It was Dana driving around Atlantic City looking for Triggs. And he said, I was never. He said, I never said I was gonna meet it with you. Like you had to. You didn't watch, but you. Oh my god, you have to hear it. You have
Yeah,
to hear it.
that's what I'm saying. Like
But,
I
but,
feel
but how
like
you as a man bragging on your ex, your wife ex gangster, talking about they're your people? How that's your people? No, that's a nigga your wife used to fuck. But you making it seem like that's your man. So somebody said I forgot what comment section I was in, but they was like they believe something's wrong with Malik, like mentally, like he's a little slow, and I'm starting to believe so because like what? And then you had the nerve to bring up the video, like this is wild to me. I'm just not I'm not used to this type of shit. It's I'm I'm confused.
and it's like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, there's no way. And Dana is from what I know, Dana is a straight man. He's a straight man. What straight man's gonna stick around somebody else's woman? Just all of these years, he's hanging on for a reason. Cause he's waiting on Brooke to get the fuck out of there, and he's gonna try to shoot his shot.
He
Because
tried.
every time Brooke gets into it with Malik or Brooke is feeling some type of way, who's there to pick up the pieces? Dana. That is something a ugly dude would do to hang on and and be a shoulder to cry on. Meanwhile, they trying to fuck and shit like that. Man, I don't know, man, but I feel
But
like
why
that
she
is
chasing pills like that then? She want pills back, and guess what else
she.
Trick brought out? She was having phone sex with Trick. I mean, oh god, oh not
Ugh,
because Trick. She was having phone sex with pills.
pills. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it is with these crispy dudes that she likes, these fat crispy dudes, but I don't know what that is or whatever, but it's just disgusting and things like that. Malik, I don't know who's uglier, Malik or Dana. Both of them, and Dana's eyes go in two different
Pills is kind of cute
directions.
though. Pills is kind of cute, but that Malik and Dana, oh no, I just at least Pills got a job. And you know what I'm saying? He be dressing and stuff. Them niggas can't dress. They're unattractive. That's why she thirsty.
I
Nobody
don't
want
know.
that bitch.
They all are ugly as hell to me. But the eyeballs, Dana's eyeballs go in two different directions. You
Like
know what
his
I'm
thyroid,
saying?
but he got eyeballs like he got thyroids. When I see the like you know how to like his eyeballs like pop out like somebody with thyroids.
Oh,
It's
like
ridiculous.
Kimmy's. Oh, okay.
Oh
So,
my
what was
god.
I gonna say? Let's see. So Oh, and Jay Dunn was talking about Bumpkin, Mississippi. She was talking about how when she grew up, they had some nasty ass Sunday dinner at her grandmother's house. Like we need to know that. And then she said all of her slut friends in high school, like ended up pregnant and things like that or whatever. So she just had a whole bunch of sluts that just gave it up. I don't know if it was the moonshine or the banjo playing or the backwoods, you know what I'm saying? The butter churning, as Ness would say. I don't know
Wrong.
what it was about that southern air that got these bitches opening up their legs in the south. But Jay Dunn sure did say that in Mississippi that all of her friends were like getting pregnant one by one, left and right. And that's what made her want to. She was like, she don't want to be like that. She don't want to be a woman that there's multiple kids out. I'm having kids like early, and
Oh, so she thinking the machine can't get you pregnant. She thinks she's so smart, but go ahead.
if the machine could have got Jay Dunn pregnant, Jay Dunn would be pregnant right now. She would be impregnated right now if that machine could have got her pregnant. She's very
She
lucky.
had
You know
about
what I'm
10 of them
saying?
babies right now, especially with them inches she be working with. Ain't no way she wouldn't have got shot up. Jay Dunn like some inches on, like, goddamn.
I didn't even know any of that stuff. I didn't even know anything like that existed. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you putting that shit inside your body? First of all, like, why don't you just go get yourself a man if you want to get rammed like that or whatever? I'm like, ugh, disgusting. Now, oh, and with Lemon, what's up with it? What happened with you and Lemon? Because I seen you on his panel.
Give me a second. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I seen Uppity on Lemon's panel, and then the next thing you know, like Lemon is talking about, somebody said the other day. I mean, no, it was either the other day or it was to well, it will be today my time or whatever, but they were talking about like Lemon told somebody to dox you, and I was like, wait, what?
Wait, no, I didn't hear about me being doxxed. I would hear his panel today, found out about that.
I
No, I
sent
know
you
me.
you didn't see that message? I said, who's saying, like, somebody, dang, somebody said,
No, they were saying that his mic. Did you hear somebody was in Lemon background saying that Lemon was trying to touch on them? It was some white guy saying Lemon be trying to touch on people, and he's weird, and they got something coming for him. And they were saying that he was in his Discord, and he
mm,
showed the guy on camera, and they took a screenshot of the guy, and I guess he had like his job badge around his neck or something like that. I don't know. So there was this whole big thing between the Lemonettes about who took the screenshots, who docs, and they were saying that like they be doxing in his Discord and stuff like that. But I didn't know my name was mentioned. That part I didn't hear.
I
But
mean,
yeah, yeah.
I'll find the clip in the timestamps just to make sure, because I was like, I thought I heard them say like I don't know, but I'll
Well,
find it.
we,
But
yeah, we did get into it though because, like the situation we were just talking about, the Malik situation. Because Lemon, even though we know he lying, but at the end of the day, it's the truth. It needed to be said because Lemon was like, "Oh, you a better than me, man than me because if a nigga try that shit with me, I'ma slap the shit out of him and stuff like that." And then they was up him and the other Rex, the other drunk, the one that be chasing Lady Dimples around, but think he's
mm.
straight. Um,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
everything he ends with Lady Dimples is Lady Dimples got to be naked. What straight man want to see a trans woman naked? You see what I'm saying? It's weird.
Right.
So yeah, him, Rex, and Malik was up there trying to make excuses for what happened. And Lemon was like, "Yeah, but I would have slapped the shit out of what up, Shasha? I would have slapped the shit out of so and so." And I'm like, "Yeah, that is a natural response to have. Do I think Lemon's gonna do it? No. But the fact is, that's what it should have been said." Because it's the truth. Like you got sun in your face. Like it's no going around that shit. All that talking you doing it, nah, no, no. You see what I'm saying? So then
Right.
I said a message in the chat and I said they was going for and he was like, I wouldn't even let no nigga take me out. I think he said that because that's what you should have said. So I was like, yeah, Lemon ain't going for that dusty pussy shit or some shit like that. I said in the chat. And then Lemon purposely misunderstood me because he wanted to bring back his trade, Pulp Fiction. So he wanted to get at me because I got Pulp Fiction in his feelings. He going around crying to everybody he can see, he can talk to. Oh, she said something about my sister. The only thing I said was I agree with Ken. So you should be having that smoke for Ken, but you want to follow me around because you next flying monkey, bitch. You know what it is, and I got her feelings hurt. So yeah, he was going around, and then every time I went on the panel, he want people to drop. He want them dropping people off of this bullshit. But yeah, he's harassing me and my children. So yeah, so Lemon wanted to. So he had been left because Mo Better brought him down a couple of days ago. So he had Lemon changing the rules about how long people could drop it. Now it's a minimum of $30 because he Pulp Fiction didn't like that he got brought down for I think the first time I forgot how much he got, but he got brought down for like low amounts. I guess and he felt like he's better than that, even though he's not even from this motherfucking sector. Nobody likes him. Only thing he do is come on panel attacking people that Dick Lip don't like. That's all he does. He doesn't add any motherfucking thing to a
Well,
panel.
look at the special privileges that Lemon
Yeah,
is giving a man, and
that's what
here we
Pizza was
are,
telling him. Yeah, and
still to
Pizza
this
tried to tell him that,
day.
but he cursed her out too.
Still, who tried to?
Pizza. She said, so
Oh,
now I think we was all on the pen. She's like, oh, so now you changing her rule. She's like, because if you making special rules, then I need to. I say, you know, goddamn well, I need him too, bitch. Then, and that's he's like, hold on, because Lemon left
no,
him
no,
on the
no.
panel. Yeah,
Pizarro is not a man. So the men get special privileges. A man gets special privileges because that's what Lemon likes, and Lemon has a crush on audio. I
yes,
mean, we know that. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? I don't. They might have a crush on each other.
Oh,
I
but
just
hold on,
don't
I gotta
know.
tell you this. He
Yeah.
cursed his chat out real bad tonight. It was so bad. It was so bad. Pulp Fiction came on a link out of nowhere. First he claimed he wasn't coming back, but I say he's back now. So he came in there to old Lemon. It's boring. You need to turn up. So what he do? Start fishing in the comments. First, he tried to go for Demon Soul, like fishing for any woman to turn up on. Notice that woman. So then he just went ahead and went ham on the whole chat. He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I know my demographic. All you ugly big body bitches, old ass hoes, always got something." Like he was just going, "Yeah, ugly ass bitches. Y'all not bad. Y'all not bad. I would if you was a bad bitch talking shit to me, I'll say I will say that you are." Oh yes, he went in. I can't remember everything he said, but he just went holy hand. I'm like, wow, why is his numbers not dropping drastically? And I was in the middle of doing something, so I couldn't even look into the chat real good. But I'm just listening to this shit like, wow. So when I finally got a chance to get by my phone, I wrote down Dan Lemon performing for Trade, and then
Ah,
because he was, but he was calling them all out their name, and then he finally was like, "Ain't y'all not bad?" Then he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah," except for like what K Fit, and Audio's like, "Yeah, she can get it past. She nice, she alright, she's the bad bitch." I'm like, "That's what you all right," but I'm just saying, like,
like
have
I
you seen
said,
Church?
man.
He's like, he's a good mother. I'm like, why are you bigging up Romans, girl? You gonna skip past all them lemonettes that be sitting up with you every night to go
But
to
see,
women?
that's what I wasn't understanding when it came to like when YouTube cameras was talking shit about code, which, like I said, I mean, he's not relevant to me, but she was talking shit about Code, and the whole thing was that the same energy you give to Code, talking about Code goes after women and Code does all this zesty shit. You could have given that same energy to you should have said that same thing to Lemon, but you overlook what Lemon's zestiness. You overlook Lemon's bitch assness because you use him. You need him for content because he's a safe space and stuff like that or whatever. So
Oh, I
that's
see
why I
what you're
said
saying. I
it.
see what you're
It
saying.
it
Yeah.
was it's valid. It's like people are gonna go to the channels where they can actually not where they can relate to, but they're gonna go to channels where they're being transparent, where the channel holder is being transparent. If you are the only place to go to in the morning time, of course there's gonna be a lot of people over there and shit like that or whatever.
Right.
However, if a code goes live or somebody else that has actually something to say and they're not reading the chat and they don't got a panel and they ain't playing somebody else's shit, then they're gonna gravitate to the person that has the real commentary and shit like that or whatever. Just like when Jay Wilson goes live, he has a full he has sometimes he has a full
Yeah, but
house,
he
sometimes
never
he doesn't.
overtakes anybody because he oversaturates himself. He
Oh
never
yeah.
leaves.
Oh yeah, Jay Wilson can never dominate people because Jay Wilson does not have content, and people are asking like Treasure. They're asking Treasure, big turd, what you call raisinette Cocoa Puff Lane, they're asking him, well, why ain't you going live? Treasure he does not come up with content well. Okay? I want you people to understand that. He has to literally go into the chat or go somewhere, start a fight with someone, or see
Right.
something happening with somebody he doesn't like. Or he'll just start pick a fight with somebody and then he'll go over to their channel like, oh, I'm about to drag you, I'm about to clean you up. It's
Right.
like, but it's never I just got content based off of what I see. And that's what I really don't understand about these content creators. I'm like, you guys are in the same chats that I'm in. Why are you playing other people's lives when you can easily give commentary off of what you see around the streets? And that's why I always had respect for you, Uppity, because you can do it off the dome. You can just talk about whatever you experienced or whatever it is that you see going on the streets and give your take on it. That's literally all you have to do.
Right.
And these people make something so easy, so fucking hard. And it's like I really question myself because we know Ness didn't graduate high school, but I really question, did a lot of these people graduate high school because they don't know how to they can't take no fucking notes. They don't know how to what the bullet points, the major points that's happening throughout the sector. I can think of 20 things off the top of my head to talk about. But these people are like, they're like, oh, well, I don't know what to talk about. Even though I was in a live for 4 hours, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to play somebody else's shit. And you wonder why I don't want to stick around for this bullshit because you guys suck. You guys aren't innovative. You guys, it's all repetitive bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And Lemon, he has a panel show. He don't bring shit to the table. Like I said, if you got a panel or you're playing somebody else's content, Ness, you starting to turn into you might as well have a panel show. You know what I'm saying? Because
She ain't got nobody to be on the panel. That's the problem.
she didn't just, and that's the thing. She has literally burned the damn bridges of all
Everybody.
the top panelists, the Dimples, the Uppities, the well, she already burned this bridge, but the bridge with people who are actually entertaining. Her crew ain't gonna do it.
Right.
Trinsic don't bring no numbers. Brooke don't bring no numbers. Shakim, hell no. You know what I'm saying? All those people over there, they don't bring any numbers. I mean,
No,
we're
I
just gonna
think
be
I think
honest.
I think Shakim can, but that he Shakim is not in the position like he was before. He's moving way smarter. Like he's not out here right now just jumping on every battle next guy. He actually got his he came and got his own tribe. So there's a difference now. So he's
Well,
not doing the same thing. And the person that she got, Pulp Fiction, like Kima shut that
and
down
he don't bring no
immediately.
numbers. Paul,
Yeah, but
Paul,
no, Kima shut down everything that he had. She wanted him to do. Like he's not considered a gangster, and you know what I'm saying. So now he got to go around licking some ass, licking lemon ass, because he claimed he wasn't gonna go over there, but he had to think about it. Like where I'm gonna go. You done burnt all the like you. She sending you out here on missions on the same bridges she done burn had you burn them before you even got started, and now you monetize, but you two pay off of views. Who's gonna watch a bitch ass nigga? Not I, and most
that's
people in
what
the
I'm
South.
saying. I mean, I'm like, why? Like some of these channels are like monetized, and I really be wondering, like, and nobody be watching them. Like, I was wondering, like, how does Miss Cruiser? She got a monetized platform, and don't nobody be over there. I don't even understand that. I didn't understand that, and I don't have no problem with Miss Cruiser, but I was like, it's people around these parts, audio. I don't know what his views are because I'm not subscribed to
They
him.
say he
But
me neither, but they say he don't be getting no views. That's what I
yeah,
was going to.
so
He was on the panel talking shit about me, and it was like he don't even get views. I'm like, for real? He's like, no, he barely get people in his chat because look how he came out very nasty. So that's why I said, shot can be entertaining, but he's gonna bring it to his own page now. Then the people that
mm,
she burned bridges with, he got relationships. He got a mind stick over at Brianna's. He got computer back. He got a mind stick over at YouTube cameras. You know what I'm saying? So he's not gonna be doing all of that. So she can't she don't got nobody on. Well, she got people on the panel like she could bring Brooke and Transit, but she tried that before, and that's why she had to stop the panel. So she's in the same position she was last time, but this time she don't got you to be in the background with her, telling her to take the notes and do this and do that, how to get, you know what I'm saying, get here to there. She don't got people that's gonna share her out like the bigger CC. She don't got that. She don't got people that's gonna help her build from the ground up and be on the panel and can talk about whatever and just have like bounce back and
that's
forth.
why
She doesn't
that's why
have
I look
any
at
of that.
people. Right.
Yeah.
That's why I look at people like they're crazy when they were saying like, well, they were trying to make it seem like I was like making something up when I was saying like I would write shit for Ness because she didn't know what to talk about because she was too dumb, even though she was sitting in the chats
Yeah,
with
everybody thinking you was a liar.
even
But
though even
yeah.
though we was all in the live. She was like, well, I don't know what to talk about today. And I was like, okay, Ness, let me write down this shit. Let me write down some bullet points for you so you can and just give your opinion off of this shit. Right? I'm gonna write some bullet points down for you and you could just give your opinions off of this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was every single day. And her
Wow.
commentary was more structured and stuff like that or whatever. So, that and I was like, now you
And I don't
see
know why she don't
because
know that. All
that's
the
why
OGs take notes.
that's
And
why I bring it to the point where when you lose your channel, it's not easy to rebuild again. Especially if you don't have any direction, you don't have any business savvy, and you don't know what you're doing. Ness is a prime example. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She's playing Jay. She's trying to lick up under people's asses to use their content and shit like that on their platforms. Jay Wilson can hit a button right now and shut her shit down
he
again.
tell you
And it's
that. Hold on, let me say that.
yeah,
Jay Wilson always tell Juicy always tell people. He's I don't mind if you use my content, but if I happen to hear if it happens to get back to me one day that you was talking shit about me, and I just want to go ahead and go ahead and strike you, I will. So you could play the content at your own risk. And we all know Juicy is extra sensitive. But go ahead.
That's why we play this game called the talent game, because this is the girl who said that she was entertaining. She was the entertainment. She was the
Right.
comedy. She was the
Right.
commentary. And the beef sector would be nothing without her. Well, here's your damn chance. You have a brand new platform. You have a
Right.
brand new platform. Well, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? You don't have any commentary. You don't know what to talk about. So now you gotta play. I think it was Jay Dunn said she had to play 3 different lives in one live just to have something to talk about. And it's like you not bringing shit to the table. You know what
And
I'm
that's
saying? If
why,
you
and
yeah.
that's why she can never be like. That's why you could tell. Oh my God, sorry. Oh, what I did? Hold on. What the fuck? Why I keep doing that? I'm sorry. Hold on. But yeah, in all, like I said, what you talk about with the notes and stuff like that,
Mhm.
all the OB sector did that. Like I said, even me, I be saying I need to do that, but it's like I already be doing like 20 million things a day. That's why sometimes I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and get it live out and get it out of my head, or hit a panel. Cause that's how I get it out. But I should start taking up, because that actually is a good thing. And that's what people be doing around from the get go. But even with this content, because she's a person that grind me like that herself, she'll tell people that they can use her content, and then she'll turn around and strike them. But her main problem is she's very nasty and mean spirited, and she needs to go heal instead of working
Isn't
on
that isn't that
trying to rebuild
interesting?
her channel. She need to rebuild her life.
Isn't
Hmm?
that interesting how now she's the same? I mean, she was so nasty when it came to her content. Nobody could use her shit, but now she needs to use everybody else's shit. You see how karma works? Now,
Hmm.
the whole thing now with the thing I thought that was bullshit with Brianna, because I watch Brianna's show. I obviously watch Brianna's show every day, and Jay
I
Dunn and
don't.
stuff
You
like
gotta tell me.
that.
You gotta fill me in, because
I,
I don't.
well,
Now, I don't
Brianna.
like Jay. Well, me and Jay Dunn go back and forth, but I always usually watch her, because to me she can be entertaining when she's not crying about something. But go ahead.
Well, I watch Brianna and Jay Dunn because I like to get to them. I know they're going to talk about what's going on, and I also watch Reed, of course. And but the thing is that Brianna was basically saying, wait a minute, hold on. Oh yeah,
Oh,
Brianna
hey,
was
hey, before
basically
you
saying,
ask, would you answer HCS sweetie question?
I guess to say this heat isn't meeting up for West Coast Cation. With Lemon, if
Lady
that's
Snoop, I think she kicked Lemon out. I don't know if
oh
she had him back. Lady Snoop doing that.
um. I haven't heard anything about that. I haven't heard anything about that. But if Lemon is involved or anything like that or whatever, I wouldn't do it. But I mean, I'm in LA, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, but nobody brought that to my attention and stuff like that or
You did
whatever. But
delete your page, but go ahead.
no, it's hidden because if anybody wants to be stupid and play with me and stuff like that, I can just spark it back up and do what I need to do and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That I was like, I was gonna delete it, but I was like, no, I don't want to delete it
Good, I'm
because
glad, 'cause you miss your community walls.
it, yeah. But
But
no,
you
I'm
said you
not.
watch Brianna. What was she talking about?
Okay,
Because I don't watch it, but go
so
ahead.
Brianna was trying to hold. Now her and Jay Dunn are on the same page of this lemon is gay thing. And it was like, but you guys played into the charade for how long, how many months did y'all play into this charade of Lemon being straight and shit like that or whatever? Now all of a sudden you guys are saying that Lemon is now you're calling him gay and all this other stuff. Jay Dunn's calling Lemon gay. Jay Dunn, you should have known that Lemon was gay when the duck lips happened. When he cammed up and did the duck lips, you should have known. You should have known he was gay during the Vegas. When he was humping on Shakim in Vegas, you should have known he was gay when. And that's one thing about DL men. Pay attention to the DL men. What they're going to do, they're gonna get with any woman who any woman any woman will do with a DL man. The woman does not have to be she doesn't have to be attractive. You know what I'm saying? She could be pregnant, she could be disabled, she could be have a zillion kids. Doesn't matter. I just need you to put up this front for me. I just need you to go along with this charade. And if you pay attention to a lot of these DL men, look at the women that they go after. I rest my case. But when it comes to the whole thing with Brianna, I'm like, Brianna, you knew for the longest, but you over here bullshitted your audience and bullshitted yourself by allowing not and then you got disrespected by him, I don't know how many times, but you allowed this charade to continue. Now all of a sudden, Lemon needs to come out the closet. Why didn't you tell him to come out the closet when you seen his balls on Shakim's back? It's like, why? What the fuck are we talking about?
Because something must have happened to her recently. That's the only time they ever wake up. It always got to happen to them. They never want to be ahead of the curve. So what can you do with people like that?
Jay Dunn, all of a sudden she wants to act like she didn't know that Lemon was gay and shit like that or whatever. And I'm like, Jay Dunn,
Oh,
are you?
please.
And I'm really trying to really figure out because I really do think Jay Dunn is a dick dyke, but I'm really
Me
trying to
too.
figure out. I'm really
That
trying to
machine
figure.
is that machine is a come on now.
No, no, no. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Now I was gonna say that machine alone. I just told you, and then I just like I don't know if I'm stereotyping. I don't want. I'm not trying to, but I just always figure like women that are the masculine one usually are the touch me nots. I guess like it's all weird to me. But go ahead. I
Right.
just didn't think, I didn't see her being like once I found that out. I just never got over it. I'm sorry.
Right. I mean, there's nothing. And then she says like shit like, oh, well, I'm one of those lesbians that's comfortable and all this other shit, bitch. It ain't got nothing to do with being comfortable. Like, you just are a dick hungry pig. Like, you want to be, you want to be fucked. Like,
Why
that's
not
what it
just get the
is. Like,
real shit? Like Jada,
right.
I'm
Go.
telling you, just go ahead. It's better. I can't do no toys, but I'm just saying just go ahead and get the real thing, Jada. That's all right.
Cause some of these dudes, like, well, I ain't gonna even go there, but I'm just saying, like, Jay Dunn Jay Dunn wants penetration, and it's not. She's not. I don't get lesbian vibes from Jay Dunn at all. And then she was on the thing. She was arguing with somebody. Recently, she was arguing with somebody, and she said something about um I'm gonna put a rubber on your husband and I'm a what it was just
What?
something a lesbian would not say. I'm not even I will go to war with the best of them, but you ain't gonna ever hear me talk about anything sexually like fucking somebody, some
Right.
man and shit. Hell no. So I don't the les just Jay Dunn needs to come out the closet. That's what
Good
Jay
night,
Dunn needs to do.
Abu. Yeah, just say you buy. It's okay. It's all right to change your mind.
Right.
Okay.
Um, and and now I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't think Lemon is afraid of, coming out because of like backlash per se.
Not the
I
way he was
think
talking in his chat tonight.
I think
Whew.
he I don't think he wants to lose his money. Cause remember, his
Right.
family, Lemon's family is poor. His
Hmm.
family is his family's poor and his family's on government assistance. His mother is his mother, but he's an able-bodied man. He's talking about what he's gonna do, and this is why you can't respect no person like that. Because let me be in a poor situation, and now I'm making money off of YouTube, and I'm thinking I got money now, which is
Right.
this is not even money. This is pennies. If I gotta stay online for hours just to get a couple of bucks, this ain't it. This is not it at all. You know what I'm
Nah.
saying? So, but he thinks this is money. He's bragging about $10,000. Hell, that could have went towards the down payment to get his mother in out of the ghetto, his family out of the ghetto. But he doesn't think like that. And this is why I don't believe in giving black people. And this is and people. And this is where the controversial thing, because that's when me and Uppity. This is where the controversial thing comes in. I don't think black people should get reparations because they do stupid ass shit like this.
No,
The
no, no,
money,
no. You can't say
the,
no crazy like that because
but let me just give you
go
an
ahead, go ahead,
example.
go ahead. Yeah.
Because you got black men like this, you doing stupid shit with their money. And I ain't saying every black person. Let me not say every black person, but it's idiots like this that fuck it up. They fuck it up for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because why are you spending your money on why ain't you helping why ain't you moving your mom out of that place when you know it's nothing it's it's all types of gun violence around where he lives. It's the hood ghetto and shit like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's in Sacramento. Why and he's in the hood part. Why aren't you using that money to get your mother into a better situation? See, that's what a real son would do. His mother doesn't want to live there. She doesn't
But
want
But
carpet
okay, but
floors.
before we get to that part, because his mama raised him to be that way. But as far as this reparation shit, black people deserve their money because it's theirs. If they want to take that money and turn it into ashes and spread it across the world, that's their business. It's their money. They get to do what they
No.
want with it. I always give me my money. You think because if you think you shouldn't be paid for your business because people don't like how you talk to them, you did the business. You deserve your money. They did. Everybody else got their motherfucking money and still getting their money. And they can't call black people lazy. When we built this shit, most of the ideas, the companies, and everything, if we didn't actually build it, it was an idea, and they made patents to steal our shit. So give us our money and right motherfucking now. Because I'm
You
gonna
know
always
what?
find a way to get my reparations in some shape or form. But go ahead. I want my money. Go
Y'all
ahead.
keep hope alive for the reparations. That's all I'm gonna say to black
Yes.
people. Keep hope alive because it ain't happening, and
Man,
that's just the
no, yes
bottom
it
line.
will. Yes it will. It's a lawsuit in the works
It's not. Yeah, yeah, sure. And that's
for
the whole
years.
thing. If you're gonna spend it on stupid shit instead of thinking of ways to get your mom out of that place, because who's to say
But you
that
don't need reparations for that. You know what I'm saying? You don't.
but the thing but I'm not but I'm just using that as an example because Lemon uses this is what black people do. They use their money on stupid shit. They spend their money, they don't invest it. They want to spend it on stupid shit.
They
Why
don't
would you
only
do
no
that?
no
Why
everybody
would you do that?
everybody does that. You
Wait,
can't
wait.
put
Why
that.
would you do that and you have a mother that's living in poverty? That
Well,
is
you're talking about
ghetto.
one person. This is where you're confusing me at.
Well, that's what I'm
Most
saying.
people.
I'm
Well, okay,
talking about
but when
I'm
you
using
say
him as
black
an
people, you gotta
example.
say lemon. Say lemon,
But it's not just
not
him.
black
I've
people.
heard people, I've
I,
seen
I can
people
I can say
get,
as many white. I see just as many white people do it
but it's
too.
not, I'm not saying everybody, of course, but I'm saying that that's what black people are known to do. They spend their money
And
when they
so,
get a large
black
lump
people get
sum
the
of
most, yeah, but they
when,
always focus on a negative thing. But white people do it in
but
way
it's
a
not,
high.
but I'm just,
No, no, no. White people do it more and at a higher percentage because they are way more of them than there is of us in certain places. So white
well,
people do the same thing.
there's a
And at
lot.
the end of the day,
We could say that on both scales, but I'm
correct.
speaking as a black person
Yes, so you got to talk
for
about
the
lemon
black
though, because
community.
most black men
But
his
listen to what
age
I'm
wouldn't be
saying.
living with
I'm
their
saying
mama if
that
they had the
the
means not
money
to.
I'm saying that when large sums of money comes into a lot of different, a lot of black people's
Well, let's be
pockets.
for real. YouTube is not
But let me
consistent.
finish. Let me
But
finish.
hold on, but
When
YouTube is not.
large
But
sums
you
of
can.
money, when
But
large
YouTube is
sums
not
of
the same.
money,
But hold on. But do you know that YouTube is not like if you try to get moving to a place and your only source of income was a YouTube check, they would not. That would not be considered valid because that's not a
but what I'm
consistent money.
saying
That's
is,
not guaranteed money.
but of course, but what I'm saying is that money could have been invested in something else.
I agree.
You're
Yeah.
not, but so that's what my whole point is. You don't, when you live in the ghetto and and I'm talking about he lives in a place where there is gun violence. He already lost uh, a relative, if you will, because that story was bullshit.
Hold on.
He already lost the
Give me a
relative
second,
to,
Edie. Give me a second. First of all, I am letting her talk, but I'm just correcting her because I don't want that. I don't like that. I don't like that sentiment. So you shut the fuck up. Go ahead, Edie. God.
he already lives in a area where it's
I
gun
get it. I
violence.
get what
He
you're saying.
already,
I'm just saying focus
but
on
I'm
women.
saying
Yeah.
he lost a relative to gun violence. So any
Yeah.
educated, not even educated, any intelligent black person would say, "Hey, I have this X amount of money. My mother lives in this." piece of filth, this cesspool. Why don't I save this money, save all of the money that I get from YouTube and put that on a down payment for some sort of home or something like that. Something. You know what I'm saying? Or put it, I mean,
No, I
it's
think
things
he should
that you
put
can,
the money somewhere. It's going to bring in another income, another source of income, and it's
or
guaranteed
yeah,
money.
or
Yeah,
invest it. It's better
yeah,
ways. It's better way, and you can invest money in multiple different. There's multiple different
correct. Yeah.
facets. But the thing is, he's not thinking like that, and he's using his money. His mother is bitching about dog shit on the floor. How much of that money that he's making, he's using his money that he's getting on YouTube to floss? How much of that money that he's making, he's giving to his mother? They're on Section 8. We looked up that apartment complex that he stays in. It's a Section 8 property. I don't know who the hell that white man is on Jay Dunn's wall where she claims to be his brother. We already cracked that case. We know who the brother is. That's not his brother, you
Wait,
idiot.
hold on,
The
Haiti.
dumb
I did
bitch.
not know this. She said, "Remember when Pisa told his mom that he has 10K on his cash app? She was so mad at him. Makes you wonder if he shares the bill there." I'm the first one that
Right.
brought that up. He didn't
He's
started pretending to give his
selfish.
mom money, and I've been told y'all that. So I do know this. But my thing is, she raised him to be that way. So I
Right.
like to me, you know what I'm saying? I
Right.
just I just came at a point in like my journey where I have to separate myself from mammies because like it'll be constant turmoil, just a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So me, if I see you got too many too many characteristics of a mammy or a woman that's like a pick me, like a hater of the woman, I just disassociate with you completely. I don't argue with you. That's your choice because you're gonna learn. Whether you choose to see the lessons or not is your business. But I just feel like he living in your house and he's in his mid 30s on YouTube. Like I would not have my son sitting at home all day just drinking, doing nothing with his life. He would have to go to school, go to college, get a job, do something. You know what I'm saying? Or I would not sit there and allow him to do that on me at 30 something years old. God forbid you God forbid I leave the earth tomorrow. How am I gonna know if you're gonna be able to make it in life?
And we came to the conclusion that Lemon's mother is an enabler. We understand that his mother enables him, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about a person that's in their right state of mind. What would they do with the money and stuff like that? I had to tell my cousin, one of my cousins today, why would you move into a place, another place, a new place? Why would you move into a new place when this place was a lot more affordable and you got a kid and all this other stuff or whatever? It was just like we're sometimes, and this is where us as minorities go
Well, the way you
wrong.
took it right now, he and probably because she wanted to probably keep up, but like when you have a
But
kid,
that's what I'm
things
saying.
change
This
it.
is what I'm
Yeah,
talking about, Uppity. I'm
yeah,
getting to this point. What
yeah.
I'm trying to say is
My
the
bad. Go ahead.
problem with black people, which we don't want to hold each other accountable because dare not say anything about black people, but we have to tell each other the truth. We're too busy we're spending on based off of our egos. We're ego shopping. We're ego spending and shit like that. We're not doing practical spending. So when it comes to like my cousin, I'm like, look, you trying to keep up with the fucking Joneses. This is my African American cousin. I said, you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. You don't need to keep up with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? Because none of these people give a shit about you. You need to do what's best for you. And that's when I was even with Jay Wilson. He was trying to give Brian like financial advice. And I'm like, bro, you still owe you
I
owe
know
so
you
many
fucking
people.
lying. He had
Y-
like it's
Yeah.
oh my god.
Brian had something in mind for him to get within his budget, what he wanted to get, what he had his heart set on to get within his budget. Jay Wilson was like, well, you need to get a house and you need to do this, you need to do that. First of all, Jay Wilson, bad idea because everybody does not need a house, and everybody's situation is not a one size fits all. When it comes to finances, what might work for me, it might not work for this person because we might be in two different financial situations. So for you to advise Brian to get a house, first of all, if you don't need a house, don't get a house because houses become money pits. They become
That
money
part.
pits, and they will
Yep.
put you in a hole. That's why you see a lot of people with houses, and they ain't really got no fucking money. Especially if they live in like states like where like where I live, um,
Yeah, usually for the
California.
houses, you have to give up a lot to be able to afford a nice house and be able to maintain it and
Yeah.
it don't become like like she said a money pit for you. But me growing up in the city, that's just kind of hard for me to do. Maybe as I get a little bit older, I'll change. But yeah, I can't
Because
right
the
now.
house, even the houses that I was looking at, $400, $500 homes and stuff, for myself, just a like whatever for myself or whatever. Like my sister was like, "Well, why do you need a house? What do you need a house for?" And I thought about that. She was like, "I mean, it's nice to if you want to get a house, then get one, but you don't need a house. So why would you get a house?" And I had to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my ego speaking. You know what I'm saying? So it's like do what's best for you. Don't listen to
Right.
these old ass people because we not in old ass 1985, 1986 where houses was $3. Okay? We're in 2025 and shit like that. And in California, you got to put like 30, $40,000 down for the type of houses that that you want out here. You got to put 30, 40. We're not in Texas, but even in Texas, if you're not good with like bills and managing your money, getting a house is the worst thing that you can do. The best thing, if you got to learn how to rent first. You got to learn how
Mhm.
to be responsible. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, with Lemon, he's not a man and shit like that or whatever, and his mother is enabling him. So if anything happens to her, he's going to be asked out. He's not gonna know what to do. But then again, he might not because he's on Section 8. So the shit might just fall back on him. He might end up inheriting that cesspool that he's living in today. So I don't know.
Yeah, but but like I said, I will only bring this up to Lemon like if I'm dragging him because he be trying me. But like Lemon doesn't care. Like he don't care. I don't care. He's not my son. See?
But but all the women in his family, he said he's never been to a wedding. Well, he's never been to a wedding because his mother is a slut. His father never married his mother. We know that for a fact. We also know the fact that his sisters are sluts too. His sisters it was on Facebook complaining about how she's not getting help for with her kids and shit like that or whatever.
What?
None of his siblings are married. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
So
see his
it's
sister's
like
Facebook? Wait a minute.
they're sluts. Both of my sisters are married.
Wow.
You
And
know
the
what I'm
way he was
saying?
over there talking to his chat, but like I said, the way that he looked, but this is I feel I blame the majority of the women over here for this bullshit. It's nowhere in the fucking world a nigga that look like him should be talking crazy to anybody. I wish a nigga with birthday hips with. I wish a nigga that well, it's not my money, but y'all money that he got. He's bragging about money, them same fat old sloppy whatever he was calling y'all type bitches, and then he even had the nerve not even big up nobody in his motherfucking crew and somebody else's crew he gonna big up, and then like it was just weird. So, but the fact that but anybody that gets like anything from him is weird. But Lemon, have you seen yourself? Have you seen your body? Have you seen your pocket? Have you seen like nigga, you live with your mama. That there alone should have you on hush mode. But the way you was talking to them women and y'all built this nigga up and he's flexing y'all with y'all own motherfucking money. But I blame the women that support him. That
Right. And
that's
think
like
about
you
what
know
I
what it's
said.
nothing else we can do because we got to tell each other the truth. That's why I'm
Right.
not so enraged with him until he's talk his shit to me. Then I'm going to go to fuck off. Yes, you already know that. But I don't give a fuck. I really don't. His mama is a mammy. He surrounds himself with mammies, and these bitches they will come attack women in the sector for any little thing. But this nigga, literally, he won't even respect his mama's Section 8 house. And like I said, he should be thinking about that. He won't even go to the gym. He don't got shit else to do with his time. But he want to sit in the Discord all night or be on panels or be sleeping all day. He won't even go to the gym and be the eye candy he claimed he is in his Discord.
Ugh.
Nigga, your body don't switch up when you get into Discord mode. Nigga, you still that fat sloppy big booty nigga. The fuck is you talking about?
Ugh.
It's
This
weird.
but and then and that's the thing. Now that the whole thing with his mother's an enabler, his sisters are enablers. They're used to losers. That's why nobody wants to marry them, because the losers that they're used to are probably Tyrone, probably one of those what's his name, Ray or whatever the hell. It's probably one of those type of situations. They're dealing with a bunch of losers that are probably hitting it and quitting it. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about a
That's
future.
obvious. I could tell by like
Lemon,
having. Wait, hold
Lemon's
on, but
thinking
that's
of the
like,
next butt he can touch.
right, yeah, giving them a wet butt and stuff and slip and drink. And that's what I really want to hear, but that want to be clear because I thought he gave Michael Jackson something, but apparently it was a whole different story. But anyway, it don't even matter. But the thing
Right.
is this. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, Emperor. Yeah, it's different things of black people. So that's my whole point. Lemon is gonna attract his tribe.
Oh yeah.
And they are unfortunately like you ain't gonna never really find no men over on Lemon's place. If a
Right.
man is able to sit around Lemon every night and be okay with that shit, you already know he's not a man. No matter how much he try to mask it or fix it up, there's no way in the fuck a real man would sit around him. Now I'm not gonna say they
Right.
all gay, but I will say they have a deep hatred for
Who's over there?
they hate black women more than they hate the appearance of being sitting with a homosexual man. So I
Name a
would say that.
man. Name a man. And this is a game now. Name a man that's over on Lemon's panel that's not DL.
That must be for the chat because I've been said that. There's no straight man on his panel.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, all right.
Oh
I
no!
was
Oh
just
yeah! No! 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 Well, talent sometimes, but I don't think talent be over
uh
there. I forgot about that. Yeah, sorry, talent. That was a trick
I'm
question.
still waiting
Stop
on you to
trying
name
me. Stop
somebody.
trying me, TD. See you messy. But no,
Okay,
but talent don't be
because
over there. But no. This is what I was saying though. But see, good thing I said my original point first. I said that men that be over there, I feel like if they are so-called straight, but I don't believe that there's straight men with the exception of talent. I don't believe there's straight men that be over on Lemon's page. But even talent don't talent barely bees at Lemon, to be honest. But and I think and
oh,
not only possibly DL, but they really don't like black women. That's like an open field. You see how even when the other day they was on YouTube cameras, Shasha was going at Lemon, and he was on mute. And when he would talk, he was like, or he would try to switch the subject. But every time Insane tried to go at him, but I didn't feel sorry for that bitch because she tried to throw Lemon in my face. She was like, "You mad Lemon want me?" I was like, "Bitch, what?"
who said that?
It they call her Queen Sanity, but she's insane. Yeah, she
Ugh.
told me that on Shasha panel. She was coming and she said I was mad because Lemon won. I was like, what? Lemon don't want any woman, especially not you though, ho. But I didn't even know you thought I didn't even know you thought that. I didn't even know that conversation went up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she was throwing him in my face. So to see the way he was doing her over there YouTube camera, it was kind of funny to me. But I still didn't like how he did that. But even though I didn't give a fuck, like two things could be true at once. I didn't give a fuck about what was going on with her because she's a mammy. And if Lemon said, "Come on, come here," you know how you try to get in that sexy voice. That's not really sexy. Hey, ATL girl. Um,
Well, yeah. And the
so yeah,
thing
she'll
is,
be right back. She'll be right back. But yeah, Lemon had all the base for her. But every time Shakim was really dragging him, and he ain't had shit to say. Just like today when that Pulp Fiction guy, his new crush, his new boy toy, came up on the lane. He told me he immediately and he was up there enjoying it. I was waiting for him to try, but I don't think I was really talking like that. But just even if he would have like this slightest bit, but I already knew I was gonna go a lot anyway, so I wasn't
you
even trying to
know,
hear.
I
Go ahead.
really be thinking to myself, like, because I was asking, because even when I was speaking to Ness the last time, like, I talked to her, which was like, what, months ago, I talked to her on the phone, and she was like, we're still trying to figure out if audio is gay or straight, because the way he be acting around, and
It's clearly gay as
she
fuck.
will never admit this,
You
but
know
she was
that.
like, the way that he be acting around Lemon, it be really weird. And when I be seeing him on panels talking about his whatever, his stuff, and I be thinking to myself
It's
like,
weird
not I be
and
thinking to myself,
random.
when I hear Lemon say dick all see the say that word, and when I hear audio talk about his stuff or whatever, I'm like, who are y'all really communicating with when y'all be talking about y'all stuff? To me, you are communicating with each other. Y'all
Right.
want to talk about y'all junk and how big, just like Lemon. Lemon was talking about how Brianna, according to Brianna, she said Lemon was on Shamar's talking about how he had a big, you know what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Oh
it,
yeah. I tried to ask him about that. He was like, "It's a context, or they giving you the wrong context." No,
Lemon
nigga,
speaking
there
to
should
the
never be no
men.
context where you was
Yeah,
telling another nigga about your dick. I'm just saying, if you
he
straight.
keeps doing suspect stuff, and it's like the Lemonettes really give me fatherless energy.
Right.
This ain't even though I'm attracted to that Cyclops over there. It's like I don't have a father, and I think that this is the way, this is okay for a man, any man to speak. I mean, I just need attention from a man because I don't have a father in my life and shit like that or whatever. I can always tell the bitches that don't have, that didn't grow up with a father, because the ones that didn't grow up with a father, they excuse that behavior and they think that's okay for women to be speak to be talked to like that by a man. But when I hear that shit, it turns me off. Like I'm like, I don't even want to hear what he has to say. I don't want to, because it triggers me. Because I'm like, I don't want to hear a man. I don't ever want to hear no man talk to no woman like that. Like I'm not used to that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So my dad doesn't even argue with my mom. So, and I grew up in a two-parent home, obviously, but
Hmm.
they did not grow up. A lot of these girls think that they'll get cussed out and they'll go right back. That's not people who grew up with both, I mean, with their both of their parents, whether the father was in the house or not. But it is very important for the father to be in the house. But even if he wasn't in the house, that you could tell that their fathers were not a part of their lives, because they're normalizing being spoken down, I mean, to be talked down to. And then I think about in their personal lives, are you okay with a man just talking to you any kind of way? Are you getting beat up, or somebody beating on you, or you getting verbally abused or something like that, because and you just go right back? Like, what are y'all? And then some of these bitches got kids. I can't, I mean, especially, and then you got a faggot talking to you like this. I can't allow any of these faggots on here to talk to me any kind of way. Not only are you trying to, you trying to, you trying to move like a bitch and shit like that or whatever, but you trying to speak to me any type of way. I always make sure that I go after these gay men and shit like that come from me, because you're not going to disrespect me in any type of way. I didn't grow up without a father. I know how I'm supposed to be spoken to, when it comes to how a man's supposed to speak to me, how any human is supposed to speak to me and shit like that. So yeah, a lot of these bitches, they're very needy, and it's like a lot of those bitches over there that be over there every night, they fatherless bitches, and it's really sad. Like, I mean, it's not a flex to be over there and letting a fag talk to you any type of way, whether he was straight, whether I mean, and whether, well, we know he's not straight, but I'm just saying, whether whatever his orientation is, a woman who has any kind of self-love or whatever, or self-respect, they would not even want to be around that type of person that thinks that it's okay to talk down, to downplay or to down talk women. And then we're just supposed to just sit over there and go over there and laugh it up like nothing's wrong with that shit. Like, these bitches are fatherless, and we see it every day.
Or they, or they could be motherless. Like I said, I feel like it takes two healthy parents, so it can't be just put on one. But I think it's some people that come from
it's
just
it's a
single
it's
moms
a
or
father
whatever.
thing, because he's a man and he's speaking to
So that, yeah,
them.
yeah, no, yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm trying to say. That's his problem as a man. But some women, they have fathers in the house that spoke to their mothers like that. So just because they had a
Right.
father in home, that means it's a good thing.
Right.
So that's not necessarily. It's all about the
Well,
choices you make. You see what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, it could have been that type of scenario. It could have been that they had a father that spoke to their mother crazy and shit, or it could have been the father was completely absent and that they're looking for any kind of attention that they can
Right.
get from any kind of man, whether he likes butts or not. You know what I'm saying? And then that's interesting, and all of that, and I really, I know Jay Dunn
Yeah,
takes
because you talk to
offense.
uppity crazy, you got to go. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. You got to
But
go.
then people will say like, but then people will say, well, Uppity, you go over on Lemon's panel and you help him with his show and shit like that or whatever. Like,
I
what do
would
you?
say that's not true. Well, my answer to that would be like, first of all, I'm barely over it. If I do go, it's always a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like sometimes somebody got a real shit in, or somebody had me fucked up over there, so I had to go check some shit. It's nothing. But this is the B sector, and there's like, um, he's the only one on all freaking night. So if I get a chance to, I'll hit a link over there.
Lemon is the king of buttering bitches up and
You never
selling
buttered me up, so
and he's the king of selling people a dream, and actually he did, because in the beginning, remember, he was the one saying, oh, you're a queen and you're this and you're that. That was obviously, you knew he was doing that so he could use you. He does the same thing with
oh
all
no,
the
but you know what? No, no, no. But that didn't. You cannot use that as an example because that didn't work. You got to
no, it
remember.
didn't work, it didn't work, but I'm
No,
telling you, I'm
but
not
who
saying
would?
that it worked,
But
but I'm
no,
not saying it, I'm not saying it
no, but
worked, but I'm
hold on.
saying
The problem is the main people, because it's not like, yeah, I could have my influence on the panel, but the problem is because that's what they wanted him to do. Because all the Ness, Pisa, Brianna, because he was talking shit about me, and they was so bothered by him calling me Queen Uppity, even though I knew it was disingenuous. They fed into it more than me, and like okay, okay. And he was like attacking people on my behalf and all this other shit. But the only reason why I did not stop him because these people were attacking me and having men attack me. So I was like, okay, let's do that in reverse. Because the guys I know, they don't do stuff like that. But if he want to come in and doing it, fine. You get to taste of your own medicine. But when he started his page, he already seen what it was. I wasn't doing none of that shit. But they went out their way because I got them in their feelings and they promoted him. See, and then that's why they get mad at me because I wasn't experiencing that. But I experienced that because I gave pushback. Y'all mad because y'all did all of that work for him, and then he turned around and did the same thing that you thought you was special. So that's why they always be more mad than me, and they can never put me in their
that's
box.
why I say to everybody, like, but I'm just was using that as an example because that's how he operates. He will
Right,
try to butter you up so that he can use you. And then, when he knows that he can't use you, then he'll try to disrespect you and shit like that. I told him from the very beginning, before any interaction with anything like that, with Ness or anything happened, I never liked him because I didn't like the way he was speaking to women. I really don't like men talking crazy to women. I don't like that
right.
shit.
Me neither.
It
I
makes me
don't.
I don't like it. So when I
And
heard
so
him
hold on, they said
speaking,
somebody in the chat said they could have been raised to be submissive. If they were submissive, I couldn't see anybody with a man that's
no,
submissive in this sector. I don't see any of these women in this sector being submissive. I see
it's
them being lonely and desperate for
yeah,
something.
that's not submissive. First of all,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
take
it's not
a verbal abuse, that would not fall under the category of being submissive,
right.
because you can be submissive and do whatever it is for your husband, your spouse, or whatever. But that talking crazy to them. I mean, allowing them to talk crazy to you, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing,
Yeah,
or
nothing to
whatever.
do with that. Yeah,
But
and none of these
he
people over here are submissive. None of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but a lot of that's what his game is. And when he knew I could see through what he was doing, and I told Ness a whole bunch of times, I was like, "Hey, he's trying to take your numbers. He's trying to do what you're doing. He's trying to take what you have." I was warning her. I already knew what was going to happen. She didn't listen to me and shit like that or whatever. I said, "He wants to be you. He wants to be you." Okay? Because at the time she was getting numbers and shit like that or whatever, and then like weird things started happening and shit. He was staying on, I mean, he was on panels and shit like that. And then when he got and then he was acting like he didn't want a channel, and then he got a channel and all this other stuff. And then he started his channel. When he started his channel, he was trying to go live at the same time as Ness. He's in competition with bitches and shit like that or whatever.
I
A
remember.
lot of these A lot of these dudes are in competition with women, and the problem is that they don't really bring shit to the table because it's the women that bring the commentary. It's the women that bring the stuff that the men don't do shit but regurgitate what the women are already talking about. That's the truth. They're not bringing any real commentary and shit like that or whatever. If you really want to be honest, you know what I'm saying. Some do, but on a grand scale of things, you go to ODS's channel, he's a regurgitation. He doesn't do nothing but regurgitate. No real commentary. He's reading the chat. He's another YouTube cameras. No disrespect to YouTube cameras, but yeah, reading the chat and shit like that. That's not commentary. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It's nothing off the
he
dome.
he came on Lemon Panel today bragging about selling phones. That shit was hilarious. I know you would
Bragging about
enjoy it if
what?
you were selling phones.
Oh my God. What did he say? What did ODS say?
Well, they was talking about that's when they was having the Lemoness was having an argument about the picture, and she was saying she got up his community wall, and Lemon said he never posted it, and she was like, yes, you did. So he was like, send me the original screenshot, and she was like, he was like, you zoomed in, all you got to do is edit it or something, I don't know, and it'll go back to this original thing. But I was trying to say in the comments, all you got to do is go to Google Photos. 'Cause maybe she don't understand it because I ain't never know you could just press whatever button and whatever. Usually I just go to my Google Photos and whatever photos you took is gonna be there,
Right.
screenshots and everything.
That's why, that's when I was like, I felt like I was never, I can't, like, I was like, me, when I used to, when was going back, because I'm not going back and forth, like, I'm not beefing with it, well, it's a forever situation with when it comes to ODS because I don't fuck with him and I think he's phony and fake. And people that I know don't like me, I would really like when I like it when they don't talk to me. I like when they don't speak to me. I don't want them talking to me
Me
because I don't
too.
like to do the phony stuff. But for some reason, every time I'm on a panel or every time like I'm in a chat or something like that, like they want to talk to me. So I'm like, let me block these people because I don't want you to ever think that we're cool because I know you don't fucking like me. And since you don't like me for whatever reason, um, then I don't like you. That's what you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's the energy or whatever. But I mean, it was hard to argue with ODS because yeah, he does sell earbuds and phone chargers and stuff like that. And Brianna and Pizarro was instrumental in growing his platform because when ODS started his channel, nobody was going over there. I mean, he lost. He had a whole. I mean, he Ness wasn't even really talking about shit on her platform, and she still had more people over there. And he couldn't even like top like how many people did
Lemon
he?
gave him a redirect last night. That's how he had wound up having such a hit. He was
He
over there
was.
trying to base that Lemon, but that's only because Roman told him to. He's such a do boy. But
It's a.
people don't want to talk about that.
Oh, you talking about ODS as a do boy for Roman?
He wasn't like Lemon been punking him, and Roman was like one. It wasn't this live. It was I forgot what live he did, but it wasn't too long ago. He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, don't be mad at me, bro. You know I love you, but why you be letting Lemon talking to you like that?" Then all of a sudden he started going live on top of Lemon, talking shit. But when he went live on top of Lemon, his numbers wasn't hitting. So that's why he was tickling me to death, talking about I can go live. Yeah, you can go live, but what's gonna happen? You gonna end your live and act like you sending back to Lemon. No, the people never left. Or maybe like 100 people, but yeah. So Lemon gave him a redirect last night. So he
It's a
said
lot of
something.
these fatherless, ugly bitches that be over here that, they want attention. They just need attention from any kind of man, whether they're gay or not. It's just gross because it's like you will never ever have any kind of chance, but you don't care because you're that desperate and you need that form. You need validation so much that you will stoop that low. And I just can't. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And even like certain women that I know in real life, like they would be looking at these bitches like, are y'all crazy? Y'all doing all this for gay men? I mean, come
Yeah,
on. Like
it's so
y'all really
embarrassing.
emptying y'all pockets? Y'all emptying y'all pockets for gay men. And we're talking about Lemon. Now we know Talent will love he loves to empty his pockets for gay men. He loves empty his pockets for gay men. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we say all the time, I told you, talent is on the DL and things like that or whatever. So let him try to deflect over to the whole LGBT thing or whatever, when this has nothing to do with LGBT. This has something to do with DL people and stuff like that. And we're going to pull y'all out of the closet whether y'all like it or not. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna pull you out the closet. You might want to hide in that closet with Lemon. That closet is getting very tight because there's a lot of men over there that are in that closet, and there's only so many people that can fit inside of a closet at one time. So
Mm-mm. Boy, you in talent, baby. What's
I'm
your
just saying. And so and then with I remember you was talking about like when you was saying Brooke or whatever, like I told y'all I really do feel I feel like Brooke has more. I think she has more respect for Dana than she does for Malik. I really do.
I think pills. I think it's pills over everybody else, but I don't like. I think she's just a weird fat bitch, and I just wish she stopped obsessing over me.
And him
Like, it's
too.
just weird.
Even when and she's
It's
still
just weird.
disrespecting
And she can
Malik.
never.
She's still disrespecting Malik because when she's in the chat and I see pills in the chat, she'll like put hearts next to his name and shit. And I'm like, damn, like, why you disrespecting that man like that? Why you disrespecting Malik like that? You know what I'm saying? I know he ain't got nothing going on,
I think
but
it's just a woman nature. Well, I don't think she's a woman. She's a smut. But I just feel like nobody. She don't respect it because like she's like we both got the same thing going. We both getting food stamps. That's it. Like it's not like he doing anything extra for her. He getting the same thing she get, food stamps. So I think at the end of the day, because I know me personally, I'm not like if I gotta pay for everything, like what's the purpose of you being here? Like I don't get it. But you got like, cause I had a weird bitches. You know, Paulette was over there talking shit to me, and she was like, "I bet you Uppy can't." You talking about me getting a copy of somebody's penis? Like he's not even sending you a personal one. But why would you think I want that? Like, what is wrong with you? You're weird. Like I put him into a dating show that I didn't even have no plans on doing. I just did it to be petty, just to let you know the things you want I could easily get. That was it. But I had no intentions. I don't do internet dating. It's weird to me. But whatever.
exactly. That's why I'm like, man, it's just a matter of time before Brooke leaves Malik. And I don't know why she keeps bragging about like, hey, everybody like I got a husband and all this other stuff. Like nobody gives a fuck because nobody sees Malik as a prize. The only person
Right.
that I heard that said Malik was attractive was Dimples. That's it. So
I know Dimple didn't say that shit.
yeah,
She
she
need to
did.
stop.
And Brooke felt some type of way. This is when Brooke and Malik was on their off time. And Dimples was like, "Oh, when Malik lost a little bit of weight, she seen a picture of him and she was like, "Oh, well, she said that he was like attractive and stuff like that or whatever."
She was
And
probably trying to help him out.
no,
She,
she meant it. Dimples meant it. And I was like, "What?" Like,
yeah.
but Brooke be acting like she be acting like she got a prize. Sometimes you gotta put Brooke in her place. Like we all think your man is ugly as fuck. We think Dana is ugly as fuck, and you just let anybody up in your inside of your snatch, and that's really
She was on
disgusting. I think it's
Backpage.
yeah.
What the fuck? That's literally what they do. Anybody that pay for it can get it.
Right. And somebody wrote underneath Dimple's comments and they was like, Intrinsic has all of this stuff. She got a home or whatever in Texas and she has, she takes care of her kids and all this other stuff and she does the right thing and all this other stuff in her real life. And she has or had a career or whatever. And they were saying under Dimple's comments, they were saying that's the complete opposite of Ness.
They
Why
go
would
the
she deal?
lady. Hold on. She said, "Stop. I just being he." Oh, so you didn't mean it. I was. I hope not, because I was like,
Oh,
I was
no,
gonna roast
you
you for
meant
that one.
that. You was talking about how you thought Malik was fine with that picture or whatever. I was like,
I knew you couldn't admit that. I knew it. Go ahead, Edie.
no, she was talking about he was fine. and she said he was fine. But damn, what was I about to say?
Oh, you were saying about intrusion, taking
Oh
care
yeah,
of business in real life.
intrinsic. Underneath Dimple's comments, somebody said
Intrusion.
something about
Fuck
how
that bitch.
she is, how she has all of this stuff going for herself.
She
Yes,
flagging on Ness. You know, she the one flagging on Ness
right,
behalf.
right. But she has all, they saying intrinsic has all this stuff going for herself, but she hangs out with somebody who is the complete opposite. Somebody who doesn't have their life together, somebody who does not want to be in their child's life. And it's like they were like, damn, like I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, is intrinsic that desperate for friends?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a cornball. She's a goofy ass bitch. Cause you said all of that, but you forgot she was online swallowing 10-inch dildos, showing
Right.
how bad body. You know what I'm saying? And then she got kids that could
Maybe
see
she
this,
thought that video was
that
gonna
could
go
see this.
viral.
But
Maybe
why
she
would
thought
you
that
want that to
video.
go viral when you got kids? Like that just tell you where her mentality is at. She's just a functional parent to me. And that's like she's very selfish, very goofy, and she literally said she sleeps with anything. I forgot what you call that, but yeah, that's what she said she is. So anybody that's gonna stay with her, like I don't know what you call it, like it's some type of mental issue though. But yeah, she's a weirdo. So they fit in perfectly if you ask me.
But they were saying like, well, in real life, they don't have anything in common. You know, because Ness can't say, "Hey, I'm about to take my son to the movies." She
Mhm.
can't say that. But intrinsic can. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? She can't say, "Well,
most
like you took."
parents can, it's like
Yeah, just like you took Nyla out or whatever on I mean, a day. I mean, on the town, night on the town.
right,
Ness can't say that. So it's like,
right.
where is the connection? You know what I'm saying? So,
Attention, like you already called it. It's attention. She feel necessary because she done try to attach herself to so many people trying to be relevant.
and when is Demis? So like I made it a point to like write on my community wall when I had my community wall up. I wrote on my community wall how Demis Soul is, how I said if she goes back over to Jay Wilson after he disrespected her and how he said he wasn't her husband and he's not going to be on her, he's and all this other stuff, how she went took her ass back over there. I told her she was dumb. I said you are dumb if you go back over there. I don't know what it is with validation from gay men that the Miss O needs so bad, but it's like, girl, like you got to get your self-esteem together. You That's why I said the Miss O, to me, she is still that inner fat girl that she used to be. I really do feel like that. I feel like she has not let go of that inner fat girl that she got rid of through that surgery. That's what I think.
I
She's
mean,
low self esteem. It's like any gay man she sees, she needs their validation. She needs them to like her. They be dragging the shit out of her, and she be sitting on their panel like they everything's all good and shit like that. You think I'm gonna be on fucking Jay Wilson's panel and shit after all that licking ass, all that ass licking he did with Treasure and shit like that, man? I don't even respect that dude and shit like that or whatever. I don't look for validation from anybody, let alone
that
a
part,
man.
yeah.
So, but Bemis on the other hand, hey Pastor, hey Lemon,
I
hey,
was gonna say, at least
hey
if you
Roman.
go and get your get back. Like Juicy, I realized he got me blocked on his chat. I tried to drop down the other day. He really blocked me, I guess, because he tried me the other day. First of all, you wanted me to be on your panel because he always like he's a liar. When I separate myself, but that's neither here nor there. But that day he was trying to play himself. So I said, you know what, Uppity about to kill two birds with one stone. So I went over in the Mo 3 sector. And then and he had like eight, almost 1K in his chat. He had like 800 or something people. Then I went over to Juicy Panel after it was open. I was like, yeah, I just left a straight man's chat with like 800 or something. You over here with your little 125, something like that. He got so mad he blocked me out. He's sensitive as fuck. So if you're gonna go over there and get your get back, he's still gonna need you at the end of the day. As you can see, he has no content and he goes live 24 fucking 7. Please.
And Jay Wilson is just so, I mean, him and Ronnie Q, that's why I said they could be like literally be the best of friends because
Oh,
they both,
barbecue done left until she got exposed. She done ran and
right.
tucked her tail. Ugly
But the thing
ass.
is that they could be the best of friends because they both love to talk shit about Trump. Meanwhile, you know, I mean, I think a lot of the things that Trump is doing is very practical and shit like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
Trump is still a better option than Kamala Harris and shit
Right.
like
We
that or
didn't know what
whatever.
was gonna happen with that weird ass bitch. So
We
they
didn't even
playing my
see
name.
her. I mean, half the time we didn't even know where the fuck she was at. So it's like I'm
She was
like, what are we?
she was the officer of the borders and had never even visited. Like, come the fuck on, please. For how many
The
years?
lady, and that's what I'm saying, she had absolutely no plan at all.
I'm
You
not an
got a
emotional
guy,
voter.
you
Yeah,
got, whether you like Trump or not, he came in and
right.
he's doing a job. He's doing his job. He's doing what he said he was going to do. They voted. They knew what he was saying, what he was going to do before he did it, or before became. I mean, before he came went into office,
Yeah,
and he's
kind of
doing
like
it.
that
He's
date with
doing.
Malik. Yeah.
He's doing exactly that. So what's the fucking problem? What's the problem with him getting out people who aren't supposed to be here? Illegal immigrants. They're not supposed to be here. That's the whole thing or whatever. If they were supposed to be here, they would be, I mean, there would be nothing to debate about. But I'm like, what are we arguing about when these people are here illegally? There are rules. You can't just go to any country and just plop down there without them deporting your ass. You're going to get deported. Try to do that in Europe. Try to do that in any other
Yeah, and
country.
then see personal. Like I don't understand why people get all caught up in other people who they want to vote for. Voting is a personal goddamn thing. Like, it's a
Right.
personal thing and how it personally affects me. Because at the end of the day, life is about self preservation. I cannot be sitting here voting for your rights while mine and things that's gonna affect me gets voted out on. That's not how that fucking works, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna do it for me. That's how and I think that's kind of selfish of people when they get upset about things like that. I live in New York
And
City where the housing is overcrowded. They sent all the motherfucking immigrants here from all the states because
right.
of how New York City was voting and shit like that. It messing up housing for me. Like, you know how expensive it is to live here? I don't got no good ass job paying like that. The fuck? I need like, they gotta get the fuck out of here.
And then like the whole fear mongering thing is
Yeah,
happening
it's
and shit.
weird.
People, Jay Wilson wants to put fear in people's hearts because he hates Trump
He not
that
the
bad.
only one.
He
He not
hates
the only
Trump that
one.
bad. Him, Ronnie Q, all these stupid ass idiots. They want to fear monger people to death and shit like that or whatever. And it's just like it's just not cutting it. It's not happening. Maybe the stupid people that's over there that listen to Jay Wilson and his rhetoric, but he's an idiot. And the
And they
whole
can't
thing.
handle debates when you bring up talking points that's actual facts.
Oh
They get
yeah,
married, you want to curse
he
you out,
can't.
and they want to go if they feel it. Like, I don't got time for this shit. Like, you don't even
Yeah,
know how to debate, so I don't even waste my time even being bothered with these weirdos about that
Trump,
conversation.
I mean, he can't handle a debate with somebody that's obvious. I mean, that anybody who's more. I've seen him go up against, like, try to go up against somebody who was a little bit more. I mean, were a lot more intelligent than he was. And what did he do? He dropped them. He picked a fight with the person to use that for an excuse. He was insulting the person, and then he dropped them. It was a person that was bringing logical points because Jay Wilson is always going to come from a Democratic, way of thinking and shit like that. And what has
He's a robot,
the
sheeple,
Democrats,
robot.
if they really understood, like, first, I mean, I mean, that's a
All
whole
them fake
another.
degrees and no smarts. But anyway,
No,
and like I said, I really wanted Jill Stein, but I knew she wasn't going to get it because I did, like, to me, like, I know she's not. She's more for, like, the earth, because because Trump is more driven, like, by business and money things and stuff like that. Like, even in New York City, that's why they got a problem with all the skyscrapers and stuff like that. That's how I feel like it's affecting, like, the global warming. That's why like, our seasons is all getting all mixed up and stuff. Like, in New York City, sometimes it be snowing into April. They fucking up the ecosystem and the
but
air, like, all type of shit. So that's why I
the
wanted Jill
whole thing
Stein.
is the whole thing is that Jay Wilson was trying to put fear into Rico's heart when he was talking about how Trump was going to, take away
Oh, take his
benefits,
housing.
take
No, that's not
benefits.
even
No,
true.
no,
Yeah.
but that's not happening. I mean, well, and even let's say it. I mean, well, certain people will
No,
be
certain people.
affected.
Yeah, like,
Well, certain
he said they're
people,
not doing. Hold
people
on, but
who don't have, people who don't have children, and people who are over a certain age, they're fine. But people who are able bodied and they're of a certain, I mean, and they're of a certain age, where they're of a working age, they're gonna have to work if they want
But you
to
know what the funny
receive.
part? It's been like that in New York City. He's only making everybody follow what been New York City state rules all the fucking time, any motherfucking way. So people in New York City is not really bothered by that. But the housing thing was a situation because they in New York City they're gonna constantly. I'm pretty sure they do that where you're at too. They're gonna constantly like. There's a lot of neighborhoods where they had like a lot of like projects and hoods or low income buildings. No, that shit is being taken down, taken out. And in replacement, they're making like certain buildings affordable in exchange for high, pricing up everything around it. You know what I'm saying? So like they're taking over like a lot of different places. So with them sending all them illegal immigrants over here, it was like really running up the housing and stuff like that. It's already hard to find like affordable housing in fucking New York City. You know how much they charge people on a low end. I'm not even talking about like a high end. You're gonna be paying like 2, 3K for a fucking studio, a real little small ass box in a badass neighborhood. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yep.
it's unfair, but it's that's how they doing it here. So that's why a lot of people really was not fucking with Camilla because we know you didn't even fucking visit the borders, bitch. When it comes like when you really have to, because I've been up on this shit, but I think a lot of people in New York City got smart and they started actually looking up shit, and they wasn't going so emotional anymore. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
she, yeah. So they either not voted or they voted against her. Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing, like what he's saying is if you're able body, why I mean, why, you're not you shouldn't be able to get over on anything or whatever. Like a Rico, for instance, he should be working. Why is he not working? That's
Right.
good. That's actually a good thing. That means that he's going to have to do for himself now. That means that he's going to have to be a man and actually get out there and become something and shit like that.
But
Whether
a
he
lot of
wants
the
to or
rainbow
not,
community,
whether you want to or not, Trump is going to make people become the adults that they're supposed to be.
right.
So get upset all you fucking want, all these fucking freeloaders, low lifes and shit like that. If you want to be a low life and not bring anything to the table and not make anything of yourself, that's perfectly fine. But we live in a country where you should be adding to your country. You should be, paying, taxes like everybody else and things like that. You should be contributing to the country. You shouldn't just be sitting around eating potato chips all fucking day while everybody else has to fucking do something, whether you have your own business or whether you're working. It should yeah, that should happen. You know what I'm saying? So when we listen to Jay Wilson, he's literally going to be bitching all as long as him and Ronnie Q are going to be bitching about Trump being in office. And there was a dude not too long ago was on Room Shakers panel that was literally out. He out debated, um, you know, Ronnie Q on her bullshit Democratic rhetoric that she was talking about. He literally shut her down, and she didn't have no comeback because the shit that he was because a lot of these stupid ass Democrats, they're literally talking, and it's not even a Democrat thing because they're not neither one are different from the other.
Right.
But but they just have different. Some of them have like different agendas or whatever, but they're not any different. But but we're gonna pretend that they are because we know that these idiots think that way. But Ronnie Q was like making all these stupid ass points or whatever, and this guy just literally like shut her down. But all I was saying is that they're everything is off of emotion. With when you think of people who are like diehard Democrats, it's like emotion. They're not thinking like logically. They're not thinking that this country runs off of money and shit like that. This country is an actual business. This country is an actual corporation and shit. And you can't just have people just sitting on their ass, and having a good, I mean, have a good economy going along with that.
Well,
You know what
well,
I'm
hold on.
saying?
That's what I want to say because a lot of people they didn't read the laws because you had a lot of like I said you got a lot of these hateful ass old bitches in the sector. They was tagging me like, oh, you want to vote for Trump? He's gonna take you if he do so fucking what? I feel like I'm still gonna be able to eat my food, but at the end of the day, that's not what happened. And a lot of these gay people they was like, oh, thinking it was going to affect us. But like I know, for instance, in New York City, if somebody has the house in Virginia, they automatically get housing over any woman with children in DV situation. It's like they was put to the top of the list. Anybody that was confused, like there was a Obama put so much in office for the rainbow community. It's ridiculous.
Right.
So that's what basically Trump was undoing a lot of that. So like how they was on a fast track to a lot of housing and medical treatments and whatever this and whatever that. That's the type of things that he was talking about undoing. While these same old lady that's mammies that was tagging me is actually affecting the people you was trying to mammy for. It's not affecting me. You know what I'm saying? There's no longer like positions like in the workplace and stuff like that. All the things that y'all thought like things that should be the case, because like even me like having to deal like some of these people that work for nonprofit companies, they really don't have like good how you say, like they may have like the same degrees, but it's like they don't check to see where they graduated at. They could have just like barely graduated to
And Jay
say
Wilson got the easiest degree. He
right.
literally got the easiest degree he could find,
Hmm.
just to call, just so he could feel better about himself by saying
Right.
doctor. He got a fucking fairy tale degree in fucking theology and shit like that or
And
whatever. Like,
these are the people that they take into non-corporate. So they know that like if we're talking the difference between a corporate and non-profit organization, I'm not saying this is for everybody. There are some people that really want to do this and do that, and that's why they go into these organizations. I've been blessing me a couple of them, but I'm just saying majority, they come here. They go into these situations with these titles, knowing it doesn't carry the same weight in a different company. You know what I'm saying? And they try to often use these small degrees to feel empowered. Y'all see what like she just said, Juicy is a perfect example. But yet he got all these college degrees, but you're driving an Uber. A
right. And
Uber.
he doesn't even have, and the thing is that he doesn't even have 7 degrees. He lied about that. It's just so much shit that this man has lied about that we keep on pushing out these narratives with him and shit. And like even the stuff, like if you look at Jay Wilson's, like he has like a virtual, like there's things on his stuff, like on his little like resume or whatever. You see the shit that he says he majored in, and it's like a whole, like I'm like, is that's not even a what type of then you see, look at the type of schools that he went to, and I'm like, man, I can't even take you seriously. And this is why you don't have a job and shit or whatever, because a lot of that shit was like
Yeah,
so, it
exactly.
was so bogus. It was so bogus. His credentials are bogus,
I can
bogus.
imagine. And that's why he want to be pompous, and
he
that's the
want
joke within itself.
he wants to appear,
Yes.
so bad that he's intelligent. He also wants to, and then also he wants to appear that he's overcompensating for his childhood. In his childhood he didn't have money, so now he has a house that he can't even afford because he's trying to overcompensate. He's trying to for his childhood or whatever, the lack that he didn't have for his childhood, because his house actually makes him feel better about himself because he grew up poor and shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So and then also he overeats. That goes back to his childhood too. Him overeating, and can't he eats all the fucking time. I don't understand that shit or whatever. But like he I'm like, how could you talk about anybody being overweight when you have a weight problem? When you have a problem putting down the fork and shit like that. You're always munching on something. You even have to inject yourself with some sort of shot or whatever, or however that medication is, you know, distributed or whatever, like, or inserted. Like, you have to take a medication, put a medication into your body just to make you not be hungry, not just to make you not eat anymore. You don't even have any self-control, and you're over here trying to talk about people being fat. If none of these medications existed, you would still be fat too. You would be fat too, because you don't know how to put the fork down. You don't know how to stop eating. You don't know how to stop grazing.
Oh
Cows
God.
can eat all fucking day because they got about how many, four stomachs, five stomachs. Cows can eat all day because they got several stomachs. Humans can't do that. Humans aren't supposed to eat all day, every day. They're not supposed to be just snacking and munching all the time and shit like that. And that's what Jay Wilson does. And I hate when he comes on camera, because when he comes on camera, not only is he just disgusting looking, but when he comes on camera and he starts laughing, you can see that nasty ass gunk on his white tongue. And I'm like, damn. tongue scraper, your tongue is supposed to be pink, first of all. So, and a tongue scraper is only about $5 to $10. You mean to tell me that he can't get $5 to $10 and scrape that gunk off of his tongue?
How you
He
got
just,
into
it's just
it?
disgusting. And he all and that's why his breath stinks. That's why every person that meets him says that he stinks. His breath stinks because he got white gunk on his tongue and shit like that. He has a white film strip on his tongue. There's another person that be having a white tongue too. And I'm like, y'all dudes need to get a fucking tongue scraper. If you're gonna be on camera every single day, you need to scrape that shit off your fucking tongue. Your tongue's supposed to be smooth and pink. It's not supposed to be white. It's not supposed to be a white layer there. Brush
Well,
your fucking teeth and scrape your tongue.
you got a question for the chat. They said, "Do she like anything or anybody?" You
I
just
like
get her
uppity.
to
I'm over here
well,
with uppity.
yeah.
I like uppity.
Right,
So
that part, that part. But yeah, but for the colleges, they do judge you. Like whether you went to like a community college or the university, they do judge you on those type of things. So when you want to brag about something, people are going to look into those type of things because it matters. If you're going to keep bringing it up and try to hold it over people's head, that type of shit do got to matter. You know?
and I don't and I was like, I was looking at his like credentials and I was like, what? There's nothing on here that says anything about any of these colleges that he's like outside of that. Some of the colleges that he listed like were like for-profit schools and stuff. They weren't even like real like
Oh
universities.
wow! So it wasn't accredited. Okay.
It was
Yeah.
like an ICDC college. And I was like,
Oh
nigga, I
wow.
was like, please, please. Are we
So
talking
the
are we
adult,
serious?
so the adult version of what's that shit that Ness went to? Um, I forgot what they call them. They about to
That's
close
went
it
to
down.
Job Corps.
Yeah, so they like the adult version of the adult college of Job Corps. Okay.
Yes. But if Ness wasn't so busy
They tell
busting
you
if
no,
she wasn't so
he do not look up information. She do. She know how to look up your information. She really does.
who said that? Who said what did they say?
Bobby Flay say you lying.
Definitely not. Like why would I fucking lie about that? But yeah, so yeah. It's just I'm just like, what the hell? You know, and I'm like, he's that dumb. Jay Wilson has never been an intelligent person because the minute and then that's how you know he's not intelligent because a intelligent person, they can have a conversation with somebody without feeling intimidated and dropping them off their panel and stuff like that or whatever. There's been times that
Right,
there's sometimes that you correct me or I correct you, but guess what? We don't get angry with each other because we have a difference of opinion. That's a
right,
level of intelligence. That's a sign of intelligence because we
right,
can have conversations with each other and not we don't have to agree with each other. There's a lot of dumb people on here that you can't have these type of conversations with, and otherwise they're going to drop you or they're going to have a whole fit. Pizarro has cussed me out plenty of times because I don't think like her, but she has to understand I don't come from the same environment that
good
she
night,
comes from.
Burberry. Well, yeah, like it's not even that. It's just like I like debating. I always said I feel like instead of putting gym debating should be mandated in all schools. Like you should have to take a course in debating because it's gonna help you in your real life. Like just to be able to like because when you debate, you have to you have to know about they talking points so you can know how to counteract it without getting upset. You know.
I
But
really
most
think the
people they
beef
refuse to
sector
go back.
should have I think the beef sector should have a debate. I think they should bring the best of the best, the smartest of the smarts against another team, two different teams, 4 or 5 people each, and it should be like, let's go, the best of the best, the most intelligent people that you can bring to the table, and let's just debate different, certain topics and things like that or whatever, selective, whatever topics that everybody's comfortable with,
Yeah,
you know
I
what
would
I'm
love
saying?
that. I would love that.
And
I
and
love
I
debating.
King Roman even said he wanted to be a part of something like that or whatever. I think that anybody who thinks that they are intelligent should wants to join a debate and shit like that. I think that that should happen on somebody's platform. Whoever's an up and coming channel, you want to host debates. Debates should be on your channel and shit, depending on whatever. And then every week it should be a
Hey,
new
beautiful
topic.
Kimmy. Yeah, I've always wanted to. I'm down for the debates. I would love that. It don't matter the topic because I'm really like that's what I do. I'm good at that's nothing to me. So I would definitely
Yeah,
be down.
and it can't be on a it can't be on Pizarro's panel or anybody's panel that can't handle when people don't think like them, because that's not a sign of intelligence when you can't handle when people don't agree with you and things like that. It has to be on somebody that's a little bit more mature mentally.
And
And
yeah, and
yeah,
neutral and neutral. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
But
I
like,
mean, but
how would
we're
they
talking
decide
about
the winner?
um well, the chat would decide. Whoever
That's
whoever
gonna fuck it up right there because these people they're gonna be biased. We seen that with the
well,
competition.
oh,
I
and
think
then
we should.
also we can also, if they want, maybe we can, I mean, that's something that can be like, we could
Yeah,
all
I
we can
feel like
just,
that we should
that's something
outsource
we
to
could
other people. Like
yeah,
go, and I'm not talking
but that's
about no
something that we can
voting sector.
discuss. But the chat should obviously, the chat should be involved in
Yeah, they
something.
can be involved.
But
Like they
there
can
should
have their own
also,
vote.
we can also incorporate a judge, some sort
Right.
of judge, or two judges, two unbiased judges, to give their overall opinion on who wins the debate and shit like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And people
No,
who,
no, Brooke, hold on a second, Haiti. Brooke copied my idea. I talked about like having a debate when I wanted to be the mediator, and then that bitch started doing her channel. That's why I don't talk about nothing no more. So anyway, that weird
whoever
bitch is
hosts
slow.
the debates, and Brooke's channel was not a debate. That
Yeah,
was not a debate.
I didn't
She
even watch,
tried.
but
I
yeah,
mean, it was an attempt at a
after
debate
copying
or
what I
whatever,
said.
but it was not a debate. It was her
No, but
arguing
there
with
are
people.
channels that host the real debates on there, and they're like you. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
we can
We're
find smaller
doing
channels that have nothing to do with the B sector, and they do this type of thing on their channel anyway. And they could come in where they don't know anybody, and they could, what I'm saying, and then they could take like we can include the chat in a way, but I don't think it should be voting because they're gonna be biased, depending on
well,
who's
it
in
would
there.
still be interesting to see what we want. You want to always work the chat into the
You cut it out. She said Q out. Oh God, please.
well, you
Anybody
want
about here
to
will be a fool, win and lose.
you right. Well, she could she well, QI is not dumb though. QI is not dumb.
That's
Would I choose QI on my debate team? Uh, I don't. I mean, she wouldn't be my top pick, but she could be a good debater. Uh, but that shit that she was doing when Lemon was trying to debate, it got to be smart people. And also, number one, if you're gonna have a debate show on your channel, whoever's channel needs to be a fresh channel. If you're gonna,
yeah.
or whether it's somebody that's already a content creator or not, but it needs to be a person who is intelligent. You can't be a dumb person. And Brooke was not a perfect fit for a debate show because she's not that bright.
And she stole my idea. That's why she didn't bring it up. But anyway, she's dumb. Like her and debating to go on the same. Like nobody's picking her on their team. Nobody even want her on the panel when that type of thing is happening.
Yeah, it would have to be somebody who it has to be somebody that's intelligent. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That has an above average IQ, you know.
Hmm.
And Brooke is not in that realm. But it needs to be somebody that has
Yeah, and like I said, and then for the judges, I think we should outsource that to like somebody that do debating. It don't matter what field they do it in, because there's so many. Like YouTube has so many realms. But I watch a lot of debate channels. Like I don't like they like sometimes I don't know if they even do lives. It usually be like uploads of like debates they have going on. Then they'll discuss it with their chat and stuff. So I think we should outsource it to somebody like that. Like, hey, we got this going on. You know what I'm saying? They could win by getting some new people over that actually is into that and would like that. It's a win-win for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I honest. That's why I said we're gonna know who's the winner of the debate when we have. I mean, it only if it whether it's outsourced or, I mean, it would be nice,
Just for the
obviously,
judges. I'm
because
not saying not the
but
panels or nothing. There's
but
gonna be
but
hosted
I
over here
honestly
and all
think
that. Yeah.
if we incorporate everybody and we have judges on top of that, whether they're outsourced or not, I think that we're gonna get the gist of who won the debate and who didn't win the debate.
Yeah,
Whether
but something like that need to be finalized. For a real debate, you need a finalized thing. You know what I'm saying? We don't need people emotionally voting in the chat. So we're gonna have people that's
Yeah.
professional, and then they could then maybe you could bring the chat up and they could debate while they can get their
Well,
chance.
the chat's going to we would just do a poll for the chat just so they
Right,
can
there's
be.
a poll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they want you always want to include them. You want to include your
yeah,
audience. So whether they're a part whether they're going to be like the main decision or whatever or not, which they won't, but
right,
it it's nice to include them cuz they want to be included as well or whatever.
right. I
But I
agree.
think that there definitely should be a channel that does a debate show and shit like that or whatever. That's unbiased channel because there's a lot of biased idiots out here and shit like that
Right.
or whatever. So you know, whoever's thinking about creating a new channel or whatever, and they ain't got shit to talk about because clearly you bitches don't know how to come up with anything. Here's your idea. There's your
Right.
idea right there. A
There
debate
you
show.
go.
A
You
debate show
welcome. You
with
welcome.
smart people and shit like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because Jay Dunn and Bacole couldn't come up with shit because they was trying to talk about financial shit that they knew nothing about. Now this is your chance to actually debate with people because that's what y'all want to do all the time. Y'all want to. It's easy to argue. It's easy to argue, but can you debate? Can you debate
Right.
and can you without emotion? Can you bring facts to the table? Can you do this? Can you do that? You know what I'm saying? So that would be interesting. And I would definitely be up for it. And I mean, I would be up for it whether I'm a judge or whether I'm a participant. I would do either or.
So this heat, who do you think is smart enough to debate? Give me some names.
Oh God, you don't even like me. Why are you talking to me? But uh I will entertain the question. Let's see. I mean, I would really have to off the top of my head. I mean, of course, I know that that would be something that Jay Dunn would be interested in. Jay Dunn would be one of them. I know she would want to be a part of that. Um, Jay Wilson's too put Jay Wilson's too much of a puss, even though he wants people to think he's smart. He can't do a debate. He can't. I would never he will want to dance and shit like that and tap dance. He'll do the easy shit, dancing and doing little funny, goofy shit, but he doesn't want to debate or whatever, because that would actually show how intelligent he truly is not. So Jay Dunn, I think I honestly think QI would be a strong person. QI's not dumb. QI knows a lot of stuff. I mean, would these people
She
be on
rambles
on
too much. Like she can't stick to like the whole point of debate. You have to be able to hit on your points.
a
She'll be
sober right, a sober that's why I said she wouldn't be on my team, but I'm just giving out examples. A sober QI, no. But I mean, no, I'm saying a not I mean a QI that's not sober, no. But a sober QI can, I think she can, if she learns how to chop it up and get to the point. If you know um Trish is smart. I will say Trish is smart. um I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, I would have to like really mm, I don't ooh, it would have to be. I can make a list of the people that I think is intelligent or whatever. Like, I would have to sit back and think about that.
yeah. Hopefully some subbies will participate. I don't
Who
know
do
if
you
I'm gonna
think?
be
I mean,
talking.
who do you think would be a good in debating, uppity?
As far as the CCs,
Yeah.
mm.
Or anybody, even in people in the
No, I
chat.
feel like some subbies would be good. I feel like RY would be good for this.
RY, yeah, RY.
Right to be told. I feel like
Oh, oh, why is she even?
you cannot say she is not smart. If you want to say QI is smart, like right to be told is a damn genius. But no,
No.
I like right to be
Oh,
told. I like her quick wittiness and she picks like I would have to sit back and think about it too, but I gotta give them. But before we close this out, but Berber said she do like if she talking to you. But before we close this out, I forgot to do it last time we was here, Heidi. We gotta do a messy question. What I forgot what I had asked you before because I don't want to ask it again.
but
Okay.
when has right to be told ever said anything intelligent?
All the time. I think she's very funny and witty. I like Right to Be Told. She's
But
like one of my favorite panelists.
we're not talking about yin and yanging on the on a panel and doing a little doing all that. We're talking about,
Wait,
are
what's
you
your
able to
problem with
debate?
right to be told? Why you gotta prove it?
I
I
don't,
didn't know
because
y'all
I
knew
don't
each other.
see, I when it comes to, I'm not talking about, can you be on a panel and do a little back 1 2 on a panel? I'm saying, can you debate,
No,
not
she said
argue?
I've seen her on a panel where it's more discussion, and she's well versed to me.
You know,
And Kwani's good too. Oh, I would like to see Kwani in debate. Kwani's funny, and she's knowledgeable. As long as she.
we gotta incorporate we gotta incorporate some trans women in there. What do you think about Dimples, Tulsa?
Oh God, Barbara. No, Tulsa could never be. I like. Well, ugh.
Because they're neither one of them are dumb.
Well,
So,
Tulsa is dumb to me, but Lady Dimples would definitely be good as well. Um, Castro, I think Castro is good.
oh hell no! He
What?
can't
What
even
you
talk.
mean? Yes, he can. Don't do my Castro
Oh
like that.
no, no,
Castro
see
is very. He
uppity,
be picking up a lot. Oh my gosh! All
see
right, so
uppity.
we got.
You see, you want people on the. You're not thinking about. I'm talking about an intelligent team. An
Me too.
intelligent team.
But
You're not.
well,
You're
listen.
not.
These are people that I have known. Trust me, I've known they can have intelligent conversation. I'm talking about. I'm just thinking about outside of when it was outside of people beefing. We were just having conversations, and that's what I'm thinking of when I'm naming these people personally. But yeah, I was thinking I had a messy question. It just slipped my mind just like that. Goddamn weed. Here she go. He said, okay, up we hear about how about Miss Things from the Umar sector. You may disagree with her stance on things, but she's intelligent enough to hold a well-rounded conversation. I didn't say she wasn't.
No,
Until I
she's
figured
smart.
out she was
I
a
think she's smart.
nutball. Yeah, she is, but she's a nutcase. But I wouldn't mind, like, I do think she would be good for the debates as well. But she's also very emotional. So hopefully she took her meds that week consistently, and she probably would make a great debater.
Do you agree that Jay Dunn would be a good
Yeah.
person?
Yeah. But yeah, as
Okay.
long as she could take her meds and not be as emotional as well. But yeah, I do think Jay Dunn has the ability to debate. But I think that Jay Dunn needs to, like, she likes to research things. She needs to research the rules. You know what I'm saying?
She wouldn't be on my team per
Right.
se if I
Exactly.
was, but she would be on somebody else's team.
Yeah, Empress. I know you said Carrie. Yeah, I know you said Carrie. I was ignoring that comment because I don't like her.
There's no men in the beef sector. Is there
Huh?
any men in there? Is there any men in the beef sector you think can handle it, or
Well, I said I think Honest Bro. I like Castro. I like
no,
Bro. You
no.
said I know you said Roman. What you mean? Ro is very intelligent. Don't get him started.
Not a debater. He's not a debater. He's not he can't do the debates. I'm not gonna lie. I like Rotu, but he can't debate. He's not gonna be able. He's not gonna take home the good trophy. You see, the trophy, the gold,
You
the
gotta realize
trophy.
we're gonna need teams, right? So we need more people. But I think Ro would actually be like he. I think
See,
that's another one. That's a real Brown, and it would be like Sir
when
King.
when I'm thinking of
I mean, I
people,
guess.
I'm not thinking of people who. I'm thinking of who can take this shit home. Who's gonna knock this ball out the park? I'm not thinking of who can have a good conversation. I want to win. I'm a
And are we
competitive
talking about
person.
incentives with this as well? Is there gonna be incentives, or this is just prize? I mean, just bragging
Uh,
rights.
it's gonna be imaginary golden trophy that's 6 feet tall. So if
But I
you
don't
want that
mind. I love the
trophy,
debate. If it's a debate or space game, come uppity there. So if we're gonna open it up to other sector, but I feel like with like we're talking about like we should start this like within the B sector, right? And then maybe
right?
like other sectors would catch on, especially if we bring in and if we have. That's why I feel like if we outsource it to like judges. To others, like their smaller YouTube channels, they can benefit by the B sector going and subscribing to their page, especially if they like it and they see their style because you'd be surprised if you watch the debate how interested it could be. That's how Sarnetta channel popped off. Them debates used to be fire. I love debates.
Right.
I
That's why I
like
said
watching debates.
it needs to be a debate channel. Maybe one of, well, I can't even say Pizarro, one of Pizarro's people, because
Oh yeah,
no.
Yusuf. Even though he not be sucked, but yeah, definitely Yusuf. He's very intelligent, of course. Yeah.
Oh well. So who else? That, well, he can be on your team or something.
Yes, of course.
Um and let's see. So nobody else is really qualified. I mean, Treasure Lane, he's not no.
Mm-mm.
Jay
He ain't my
Wilson.
friend. No.
Jay Wilson, low
I don't think he
budget.
would do it anyway. Jay Wilson only likes
Yeah.
to lie in these things when he's guaranteed to win.
Maybe
Like
if we
all
was
that
talking
hollering he
about
about to do on limit contest. He's
Maybe if we was talking about theology, something related to theology, and something that making up Bible verses to suit his lifestyle and shit like that or whatever. Maybe if we was debating about that bullshit, maybe that, or but or something Christian. Maybe if it was a Christian debate, I'm sure he could join that. Because that's where he got his little calls himself a doctor
oh, they
and
say
stuff.
he said he won't do one. They say he said he won't do one. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
not surprised.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I said he ain't smart, and he knows his place. That's why I said I mean, I'm just like, because an intelligent person, they up for a challenge. Roman said he would like to be a part of something like that or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
and
So
I
I
think
think,
Shasha would be good too. I think he would be good too. He know
well,
how to
he could be
debate.
well, that it
But
looks like he
yeah,
got you
I want how a debate goes. It's supposed to be teams against teams. So
right.
like
That's
until
why
it
I
gets
said
to
that
like.
all these people that you're mentioning, the right to be told, and all these people, they can be on your team. They can be
Well, let me
on
know
your
when you
team.
come up with your list. I can't wait to see your list. I can't wait. Okay.
Oh, I
But
mean,
I was waiting
I
for you to say Brianna because, baby, if that town
no,
hall meeting was.
hell no, hell no, hell no. I would definitely, if I was to tell you who I want on my debate team, man, you would be like, we don't like her. The sector doesn't like her, but she's very intelligent.
Who?
She's in the B sector. I don't even want to say that because I know there's gonna be pushback.
Well, who? Just say
But
it.
it rhymes with Byman Bing Bori.
Oh my God. Huh. She talking about the horse, Diamond Dory. Oh my God, please.
I would like her. I would want her. I think I might want her on my team. I might. I gotta do a
I'll
little
go
bit
get
more vetting.
Kiki. Then I'm gonna get Kiki.
Oh no, I want Kiki. Kiki's good
Ah,
too.
you already picked no, you
But
didn't pick her
no,
first.
wow. But Kiki gotta be sober though, man.
Right, yeah, sober Kiki, of course. Of course, sober Kiki, yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, we got some
But if
intelligent
it's a
people over
tie,
here.
but if it's a tie and drunk Kiki is there, she could flash her boobies and we gonna win.
Wait, but this is the messy question though. You think would you do you is it let's be honest, is VS debating material? Does she a good
VS
debater?
is stupid as hell. Come on
Right, right,
now.
okay. I'm making sure we on the same page because
Oh,
we both know dumb hell no. Hell no.
no.
Hell no. Maybe
That,
if we was talking about, bumpkin shit and
right,
backwoods Mississippi shit
right.
or whatever, maybe. But other than that, hell, she's not smart enough to do no debate and
Yeah,
shit
y'all
like that or
haters like
whatever.
button haters. Let me sit in
Maybe
the
if we
comments
was
and say,
debating, maybe if we was debating about like third grade shit, maybe
no,
we can
about cults.
incorporate.
How to get a cult in under 25 minutes. She'll win that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we should all agree on the topics. Whoever the teams are, they should all
No,
agree on the
He
topics.
said she want Trish. Trish can never be on my team. He said Trish, but she talking about my
But
choices.
if Trish is ready to go, if she's ready to go, Trish is when it comes to some intellectual stuff. Trish don't like to debate with people over here because Trish thinks a lot of people over here is stupid. We done already had this discussion. So there's a lot of topics that I'd be like, dang, Trish, why don't you join in on that? And but we had this conversation on her channel. She thinks a lot of people are stupid. So this is her time to put her shit to the test.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
everybody who thinks everybody's dumb, well, put your shit to the test and get out there and let's get this debate on. Join one
That
of the
part
teams.
inference. She said, with research, anybody can debate, but who's willing to put the time in and study for it? That part, yeah, because that's what I was saying. Like when the debate, that's basically all it's about. You have to know your side and their side because how you going to counteract? Because you got to already know what they're going to say,
But
and you got to do your research to be able to debunk that with facts, not feelings. So and what interest. Oh,
these
and that's
are
another thing. How would the
topics.
topics get picked? How would the topics get picked?
That's the thing. We're going to discuss what topics we're going to all collectively discuss what topics we all feel comfortable in debating in. And and that's the thing. There might not be might not need to do much studying if you're familiar with whatever the topics are. That's why we need to be do a collective come together and collectively come with what are the topics going to be, because so that these people are debating on things that they already know about.
Right,
You
but
know
I
what I'm
think the
saying? That
hot topics in the B sector right now is immigration. That could be one.
Yeah.
Voted Democrat or Republican could be another one. What's male identified
Well, immigration.
immigration?
Also, we can. I mean, there's a lot of different topics that we can collectively broad
Mhm.
topics that we can collectively debate. Debate
And that
on
would
and things
interest
like
the
that.
B sector because we're already arguing about it, but just on a smaller scale. But just to get facts behind what people feelings would be nice. What's up, Jeannie G? So I think things like that. But and these are things that because you don't want to debate about something that's open ended. You want to debate something that could be honed in with the facts. So it's not
Right,
just
because
like
Lemon was literally he was out of his league when he
he
was
said, Vic
trying
don't
to
make him
debate.
brush his teeth. Yeah, but Vic, yeah, he would be good for that.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have no Vic don't get to the point. He's it
But
just like
yeah,
you
he got to
said,
top. But
just
he,
like you
yeah, him and
said,
QI is on the same level. If that's the case, shit.
just like you said with QI, people you got to be quick. We don't got time to be waiting a year for you to come up with an answer. It has to be quick people who have quick minds, not people who smoke weed all day who it takes them an hour to think about something. No,
No,
we
but
don't got
those
that kind of time.
debates are time limits anyway. You get a time limit to answer back and get your presentation, and then like those things have time to it anyway. So yeah, they definitely would have to
Yeah.
learn to hone that in.
I don't want any weed brain. I don't want anybody who has a weed brain on my team. I need people who have an alert brain. All their brain cells are working and shit like that or whatever. And notice how neither one of us said Ness or Pizarro or Brianna.
Facts
No disrespect, but I'm just saying.
or lemon either.
You said or Lemon? Oh, I mean, of course not Lemon. Lemon was out of his league talking about like basic shit. Like when he was going back and forth, we were clowning him. Oh, 7 star. I want 7 stars.
Yes, seven will be good. Yeah.
I wouldn't want 7 stars on my team. I want seven
Oh,
stars.
yeah, how you fly? Um, yeah, Heidi would be good, and she's trying to get her toe back in the B sector too.
You think Heidi would be a good debater?
Depending on the topic.
Uh Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, everybody has their own opinion, but like I said, I want who I know that will bring this trophy home, that will bring this invisible golden trophy that's 6 feet tall home. I don't want people who are going to just sit on the link and argue. We're not arguing. This is about, are you smart enough to debate on real shit? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
And then eventually, like you never know, it could turn out we'll be going against other sectors or stuff like that. You never know where this could go. I like the idea though.
you know what sector I think would probably wash the beef sector. I think
Not the hell no
I
to
think
Heidi.
that would give the beef sector a run for their money.
Cool.
I think the black sector, they have a lot of they have more, to me. I think they have a lot more
Name one
intelligent people over
person.
there.
Name one.
I mean, They got, first of all, ZX is not dumb. Diva's not dumb. They're not dumb.
Extremely
Uh,
stupid. She extorted somebody on live. Even had one of the cash app sending a special extortion message. She's dumber than dumb. But go ahead.
um, who else? Who else is in the black sector? Is not. Um, Mm, I mean, like I said, I would have to come up with a list of people in the black sector. I think Peeper's not even, he's not dumb. I don't think Peeper is dumb. Vic
Uh,
isn't even dumb. Vic is not dumb. It's just that he is long winded and nobody has time for that. You
right.
know what I'm saying?
I can agree
There's a
with Vic.
lot. There's a lot of smart people in the black sector.
I'm not saying they not, but they don't be over here though. Because Diva, that's a 5150. Glitter Boost is stupid as fuck to me. Like he has no logic, and I think what he does is he gets like other people talking points and he paraphrases and regurgitates them because it's not
I
even
mean,
his real life.
that's what Lemon does.
Right. But that
But
would make
I
it
mean,
smart.
I don't think, but I have listened to ZX's stuff, and I don't think he's stupid. I don't think he's dumb. And I think that he makes a lot of good points. I might, he might be. Yeah, he would be. I think he would be good for a debate if he was down to do that type of stuff or whatever. I think I would be. It would be interesting. Then it would be interesting to see the men debate the men in the beef sector debate men in the black sector. I mean, they would literally wash the dudes in the beef sector easily, but just to watch it for laughs and shit like that or whatever.
Oh, ACC, I don't know. He used to come around barely, but that was funny. That's the one that thought was attracted to her. She tried to make a comment. I know you're talking about, but I forgot. He barely comes around though.
Yeah, there's a lot of like intelligent people, but whoever feels like how many people should be on the that's the thing, like how many people should be on the thing? It should be either like four, I think four or five. How many? Four or five people on each side.
Right, because it's going to like, especially if you're doing broad topics, because it's going to be a lot of information for one person to obtain, right? Well, like to like go back and forth with to know like to counteract, especially if you want it quick. So not to put too much on one person. Like if you're gonna like say for instance, we're going to do the immigration thing. That's a lot of subtitles underneath that. So one person is going to handle the FBA aspect. Another person is going to handle the economy. Another person, you know what I'm saying? Like each person is going to debate that specific point, but it's all related to immigration. You understand?
Right.
Yeah, so stuff like that. That's why I think that'd
Uh,
be good for the team, and it'll be to show interesting and more people involved. You know?
right. I think that would be a good. I think that would be a good. Definitely is a good idea for somebody who wants to start a channel.
Yeah.
Not any of these biased idiots. Well,
Right.
even if they, well, that's
And they would have to
well.
know how to do brackets, so that way, when whichever group wins, you move the people up. They got to know how to keep on top of that. They got to have the equipment to show it on the screen, like have it look real cute and stuff for us. So and it keeps the
Well,
audience engaged and drawn in.
maybe you should have like talent on your team if you think he's intelligent.
I think talent is smart. I'll take talent, but what are you going to take sassy? I shouldn't even ask you that.
No. No, because Sassy she's not that. I mean,
Yeah,
to dumb people, she's sound. I mean,
right.
I guess she sounds smart. But to people who are actually smart, she doesn't. She's not bright. 'Cause Sassy, you got to also remember that Sassy's a country Bama. She's from the South. No disrespect to the people in the South and things like that or whatever, but she's a country Bama. She doesn't. I don't want that bitch on my team. If I'm gonna have a country bumpkin on my platform, I mean, not on my platform, but that's a part of my team. They're gonna at least be a little bit smarter. She's not a lot of things she even said about immigration. She's for immigrant. I mean she's against immigration. That whole. I mean, well, she's not against immigration. She's against them getting illegal immigrants out of here. And
If you for it,
uh, she and her logic behind it. was no logic at all. It was pure emotion. So I would love for her to be on somebody else's team so that I could be on the other so I could be on the other side of the fence and I can actually just win. We can win. I know that
Mm-hmm.
whatever team that Sassy joins, the other side's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Even
yeah.
even
So
talent. He's not that he sounds smart to stupid people.
oh my god. Well, I don't know. I never actually seen him really get into in-depth conversations. It's mostly like superficial with him. So that would be interesting to see if he would like join something like that. Just to see like
Right,
him
that
get
that's
into
why
in-depth conversation.
he feels so intimidated by me because I'm smarter than him and shit like that as well. Because I went on Pizarro's panel like I think it was the week before or whatever, and I was talking about how talent was telling people about how this isn't a good time to do something. It was something regarding investing and stuff. And I was like, this is actually the perfect time to invest in those little things or whatever they was referring to, like the Roth IRAs, the high yield savings accounts, the CDs. This is like the perfect time to invest. And I said, this is the perfect time to invest talent because the interest rates are sky high right now. I mean, well, not even sky high, but they're way above average and shit like that, way above what they usually would be and things like that or whatever. And that's why I said he sounds smart to a stupid person, but we know that talent works. He's an employee and he shows it every single day. Not that anything's wrong with being an employee, but you can just we see his I can hear his tax bracket when he speaks.
My God, my God, today.
Yeah. So I had to correct him on that financial shit because I was like, I got people in my family that are actual financial advisors, and this is actually the perfect time to invest in those little facets of things, stuff like that, or whatever. The ETFs, the Roth IRAs, the high yield savings accounts, I mean, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Mutual funds, putting your money in certain things or whatever, and then also I was like, even what do you do with a Roth IRA and shit like that or whatever? Because a lot of people are saying, oh, I have a Roth IRA, but what do you do with that? So a lot of those people can't answer that question. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said Jay Dunn's an idiot. She had a whole lump sum from her mother, and she still didn't do the right thing with it. She was just spending her money on bitches that didn't even want her and shit like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She didn't invest it. Now her and Cole thought it was a bright idea to do a show on investing and shit like that when they don't even know how to invest.
Oh wow, I didn't even know
So
they did
yeah, it was
that.
just dumb. And only thing I said was, why don't you guys just do a show on something you both mutually know about? You know what I'm saying? Why would you do a show? Well, I'm gonna learn how to do it, and while I'm learning, I can show people what I'm investing in. That's something that a Mississippi mud duck would say that doesn't know shit about anything. So you gotta bless her, man. Bless that girl. Bless her to hell.
Oh
You
my
know.
God.
So, uppity, I think that we have, I hope that somebody comes up with an idea. I mean, whatever idea it
A
was
channel. We
with
already gave them the
debate,
blueprint. A channel.
definite
Yeah,
with a debate,
yeah,
whatever. And I think you would be an excellent debater.
of
You
course.
know,
I was the captain of my debate team in high school. Of course I would.
yeah.
Hmm.
So you would be a strong debater and stuff like that or whatever. I mean, I would even, you know, I would love for you to be on my team if we was on a team and shit. But then we would just blow people out the water if we were both on the same
Right.
team. So I
True.
mean, that wouldn't even be fair.
I don't think so. Yeah, I really
Because
don't.
Jay Dunn could put together a team, or anybody could put together a team, but we
Yeah.
know that Ness could never be anybody's debate because she doesn't. Nothing. She doesn't come from a place of substance. She comes from a place of dragging, cussing, the ghetto shit. But when it comes to intelligent stuff, that's where she falls short. So that's why she never wants to have. You never see her wanting to have those intelligent conversations. And I was like, damn, why you all when she would have like when they would talk about intelligent stuff on her panel, I was like, why are you shutting down that conversation? That was actually a good conversation. She's like, I don't want to hear about that stuff. Like, of course, because you just
Yeah.
want to hear about The mess you want to be get you want just want to live in ghetto shit. And how are you ever going to learn anything if you just want to be stupid all the time? You just want to be ghetto all the time. You can't, I mean, there's a time to be ghetto and then there's a time to not be ghetto. There's time to be a hood rat and then there's a time to be serious and be an adult.
Well, you let her tell it. She's the epitome of class, but she's delusional. Them poems already told her true story. That's why she walking around trying to flag every fucking body. Weird bitch.
Maybe somebody might take pity on her and maybe they might want her on the debate team. Her dumb ass can't be on my debate team. We actually want to win.
Yeah, and I think it's smart that you actually did that. People should be able to come up with their own debate team. Just because we may not necessarily want you on our team doesn't mean you can't have your own. You know what I'm saying? And be the head. So I think the blueprint is out there. So somebody want to start like a neutral page just for that specific reason, and that'd be nice and that'd be cool.
And the debate teams, I think we should come up with like a name for our different teams and stuff, kind of like when Harvard would go up against like Yale or something. We should have our
Right,
own
right.
name, our name. Like, let's we
I
could, I mean, we could
agree.
get creative, like, like that, like the Heaties. Oh, no, I'm just playing. I was just like, but something like that. The Uppities, the Heaties, you know, the Shush Trish.
Whatever you want to name yourself, shit. Get creative with it. But I actually am for this idea. Like I even tried to push them when we had that Diddy trial idea. I was really down for that until she tried me. But like I didn't see nobody else promoting it. But nobody, I don't know. She never followed up. But I was even down for that.
What idea would read?
She wanted to do a Diddy mock trial. I did a whole video and everything in support, but she doesn't appreciate stuff like that. But
Didn't
yeah,
you
but
say
nobody
you can? Didn't you say you came up with that idea of Demon Souls court thing? Did
court.
was it? Oh,
No,
what one with her judge? Oh, okay. So somebody
no. I
somebody
said
said they came up with that idea first or whatever. But
no,
I
no. I
mean,
said what copy my idea with the debating because I've been said like I wanted to do like some debate. Well, like I said, I like to do debates, but I did say like as far as like for my channel, if I want to do B sector, I was like I could be like the thing. They come debate, they side to me, and I approve. But I didn't see it like a court thing. I was always talking about like a debate thing. But I always said I wanted to do is like some debate style content because I feel like we have like a lot of arguments that lead to nothing and nowhere, and especially since people feel so strongly about certain subjects that's not necessarily be sector, but and these are things we can actually talk about and it will actually give people knowledge because some people they don't know, they just listen to whatever a news person say or whatever whoever they like say, they don't actually take the time to research. With these debates, these are going to give people knowledge and give them like, okay, let me look into this, let me look into that, and it'll actually help them in their real life. So I think this is like an all-around win for everybody.
right, right. And if Allie was still here from the black sector, I think that she would have been a good debater as well. She was very intelligent, especially when it came to
Oh
certain
hey, oh there go
topics.
Yaya, she could be good for it too. Thanks for stopping too, Yaya.
But I don't think that I would. I mean, would you want Ronnie Q on your team?
Hell
Because we need
no.
somebody that can actually talk,
Hell
and
no.
spell. We need somebody that can spell too. So
But that's the beauty about it being on a separate page. Everybody can make their own teams and add who they want, and just the subject, and it'll be good. And like I said, that's what we need. Whoever make the channel, they wouldn't have to know how to make like a bracket system and be able to keep up with like, okay, this team went against this team, so they get to move up, this team move down, and they got to figure out like I'm thinking about how like Ray Triggs did with the Space Game. So if they lose, they got a chance to try to come back again, but competing against people that lost before. You see what I'm saying? And it could be a whole
somebody needs
thing.
to put somebody needs to put audio on somebody's team because he swears up and down
Who
that
gonna
he's
take him?
intelligent. No, no,
Nobody's
I'm
gonna take him.
saying he swears up and down he's smart. So this is your time to prove that you're smart. And if it's a debate channel, there will be a day where he can
Well,
be
that'll probably be the
nicotine.
only way Limit in that's getting it. They'll probably be that'll probably be his team. I can't think of the fourth person who would join them.
And I already know that Brooke will want to be a part of like on the debate
Oh yeah,
on one of the debates.
that'll be their fourth. They'll be out first quarter and never get back in.
Man, I mean, we would literally like rip Brooke to shreds. We would rip Brooke to shreds, like literally. I wouldn't even want to be against her if there was like a debate. I would want her to be with one of her equals, you
Right.
know, like on somebody from her crew on that level and stuff like
Right.
that. You know, I don't even know. Pizarro ain't up for that. I don't think she's up for that. I think that Pizarro I think she likes to talk about stuff like in a controlled environment.
No,
She
she said
doesn't
she
want
wants
to
to
do,
debate the Africa thing. She wants to debate of whether all black people come from Africa or not. Because I told her black people are indigenous to this land, so she doesn't believe that. So she did say she wanted to debate that, but we wound up not doing it. But yeah,
yeah, but
she
where
did.
does she want to debate it?
We were supposed to do it like I forgot how we were supposed to do it. Her channel, mine, but she said she wanted to debate
Right.
that. But that could be something too, because that's another thing people talk about here. Yeah,
In
so
a controlled environment.
right,
See,
right. It shouldn't be on nobody's
Pizarro
page.
Pizarro feels out of place. For some reason she doesn't like to debate, like she doesn't I don't know if she gets intimidated or what, but she doesn't want to do that like outside of her own environment. She'll do that on her channel, but when you see her like really have like a topic where she's not able to drop somebody or she's not able to, go crazy and act retarded and yell and scream when somebody disagrees with her or somebody tells her something, what I'm saying, different. Like she doesn't, she's not, I don't see her being for that. I don't see her being in for a controlled environment where she's not going to be able to yell and scream and kick and throw tantrums when somebody has a difference of opinion and stuff like that. So I don't know. It'll be interesting, but
And I think that'll actually bring some people that want to be on panels to the panel because it won't be around mess. So you never know who's gonna pop out, you know? And do people get the option to swap out teams and like swap out people from their team? Like that could be a whole nother I don't know. Like yeah, it's a lot to discuss.
it will be definitely something. But this is just us just pulling something out of a hat because it's clear that nobody needs. I don't give a shit about Diddy. Honestly, I think it's another distraction. Personally, I don't give a shit about anything that's going on with Diddy and stuff like that or whatever, or any celebrity. I don't care about celebrity bullshit. But but some people do for some reason or whatever. Um, so this is something else that we could bring to the table. You know what I'm
Well, we
saying?
just did.
And
We just did. Yeah.
yeah, and it sounds like a better idea than that bullshit that they was talking over at Codes. You know what I'm saying? And it actually will be fun. It's something that people can alternate and different
Right.
teams every single week. It's a different team and stuff like that or whatever. And yeah, I think it'll be dope. But Uppity, if you need me, you know how to hit me up on the back end or whatever. So I
Yeah,
gotta
no problem. Thanks for stopping
get
through,
home.
Boo. Yeah, and thank
All right.
everybody in the chat for coming through as well. Later, Edie. I'll see you guys around these YouTube streets. Uppity going to bed for a little while. I gotta get up in a couple hours anyway to put Nyla to school. So thank you guys for stopping through. Appreciate y'all. Chef kisses. Good night.
Be careful how you treat me. You ain't gonna meet a me every day. Anybody who had me and lost me regrets me to this day because they can't find another me. I am not run of the mill. You ain't gonna just get this close to a me. You ought to be glad you sitting next to me, that you even got my phone number. Do you know how many people I blocked, I unfollowed, that I ghosted, and I still let you close?
I'm not the bigger person. Leave me alone. I go too far. When somebody does me wrong, I'll catch a case. Beyond the first 48, I know I'm petty, but I can't walk away. Oh, you be safe if you don't play in my face. Don't wanna end up on the first 48, verse 48.